Let me postulate from the Franz Fanonian dictum, which stipulates that the dialectics of reconciling two conflicting ideas is the algebra of revolution. The overbearing intervention of the state government had further exacerbated oporompium and amounting to sadomasochisms. Acrimony and chaos in our community. It was a contumelious stratagem by political jobbers to siphon monies. We suffer what we call political axivia neonantorum. Conclusively, we are a microcosm of the issues in the Niger Delta in the macrocosm. Today, we as a people are stating, voxe populi, voxe Dei.
Ghana, a peaceful country and a beacon of democracy in its fourth republic, has had violent free elections and transitioned power peacefully without any unrest or civil strife. This has become effortlessly possible because of the peace-loving leaders Ghanaians have successfully elected to lead them. President Kufuor in 2007 perfectly described the attribute of the type of person to lead Ghanaians at all times.
So anybody who is always full of tension and fighting and that sort of thing, we have to be careful about. Whether when the power is given to this person to lead us, he's the type with the experience and with all due respect, the wisdom to be able to keep the country united, to secure the nation, to gain the respect of the forces, the military, the police, the chiefs. Look out for that, because we know the history. Some people have been given power only to lose it just like that. We don't want that.
Even so, this peaceful and beautiful country was handed to Nana Akufo-Addo on the 7th January 2017 as president to lead for 4 years. Many people had reservations about his violent nature, which may have been well hidden from the public, but not from those who knew him best. Mr. Kofi Kumsen, a close friend of President Nana Addo, bluntly stated,
I can't entrust Ghana into the hands of Nana Akufo-Addo. I can't sleep. It's not safe. It's not safe. And I believe that.
Then there's Maxwell Kofi-Juma.
He will be a terrible president.
President Nana Addo's violent nature became immediately apparent as a warlord sponsoring his party hoodlums to attack innocent citizens and public officers alike, as was seen with the beating of ASP Nanka Bruce at the presidency in front of a paralyzed security on the 9th January 2017, just 2 days after Nana Addo had been sworn in as president. President Nana Addo surrounded himself with hoodlums as bodyguards and endorsed vigilante groups such as Invincible Force and Delta Force. Members of these vigilante groups had free rein to attack anyone who was not a member of the president's political party. They went on a rampage, causing mayhem and atrocities on anyone who disagreed with or criticized Nana Addo's government. President Nana Addo's own appointee, the Ashanti Regional Security Coordinator, was heckled, manhandled, and dragged from out of his office like a rat. Not even our courts were spared by these hoodlums. They vandalized court proceedings and broke free fellow members from judicial justice while attacking the sitting judge in the process. The Ayawaso West Wagon by-election was President Nanado's first test of leadership for peaceful elections in the country. Instead, a battalion of his party hoodlums, dressed in SWAT uniforms and armed with lethal weapons, were discharged to visit mayhem and brutalities on innocent citizens who were simply exercising their constitutional right to vote. The aim of these hoodlums was primarily to intimidate voters in the opponent's stronghold and to prevent a free and fair elections. They fired several rounds of gunshots in and around a polling center targeted at Ghanaians, which led to a bloodbath just for a by-election. All this happened under the explicit and tacit approval of President Nanado. These barbarisms happened without a single condemnation from the president. He immediately flew out of the country to attend a concert, leaving bloodied victims to their fate. He gleefully ignored the recommendations of the Ayawaso West Wagon Commission of Inquiry report by issuing a white paper to whitewash these crimes against Ghanaians. Otumfuo Osei Tutu II advised sternly, and I quote, "Elections with integrity mean the electoral contest, both in their preparation and their conduct, must be free and fair and not disfigured by political motivated violence. They must take place on a level playing field with parties and candidates able to campaign to put their case across, and the electorate free to cast their votes without fear or intimidation." President Nanado sat in front of the Asantehene Otumfuo Osei Tutu II and jokingly lamented without any apology or remorse, saying in part, "I will not ignore such issues. The law applies to everyone in Ghana. I know it is of concern to you, but do not worry. We will ensure that everything is resolved." My fellow Ghanaians, has this been resolved? Have things been resolved as the president promised Otumfuo? Has Nanado disbanded these vigilante groups? Did we not in fact see these hoodlums on rampage again in Ketu South?
The NPP cannot be underestimated. You know it, I know it. They've been in existence for a long time and have been changing their names up till this day. The nature of who they are. Listen. Munjir. The nature of who they are, what they are, where they've come from, is something they are happy with, and they will be there for a long time. Let's not mimic their behavior. Let us reach into the principles and the values that emerged out of the circumstances that gave birth to us. And if we can hold onto those principles and those values, we will move way into the future and no one can ever defeat us. We will ride and override any obstacle as we did in the past.
Awusiafo mihiamwa mepe banchi jam kasaiva bayire. Awusiafo mihiamwa mepe banchi jam kasaiva bayire. Awusiafo mihiamwa mepe banchi jam kasaiva bayire. Awusiafo mihiamwa mepe banchi jam kasaiva bayire.
Hey! Ah, cha 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 cha. Twin it! Hey! Mama! Hey! Nyata! Nyata! Nyata biloko! Nyata! Nyata nangai! Nyata! Mama! Twin it! Twin it! Hey! Ah, cha 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 cha. Twin it! Hey! Mama! Hey! Nyata! Nyata! Nyata biloko! Nyata! Nyata nangai! Nyata! Mama! Twin it!
All right, good evening and welcome to With Audio Sport Extended Version. My name is Kevin Agyabeng Taylor. It's exactly 4:14 p.m. U.S. East Coast time. It's definitely 9:14 in Ghana. Thank you for tuning in. We are live on TV, we are live on Facebook, we are live on radio, and also live on YouTube tonight. Tonight, you can watch this show live on Loud Silence TV, on Multi TV. This evening, we are in 22 African countries, including Ghana. We are also live on radio. We are streaming live on YouTube. Our official YouTube name is Loud Silence TV. Loud Silence TV on YouTube. Also on Facebook, we have two very strong platforms streaming the show live. Loud Silence TV and With Audio Respect page. Loud Silence TV and With Audio Respect. We're also live tonight on TikTok. Our official TikTok name is Kevin Taylor _WADR. Kevin Taylor _WADR. Thank you very much for tuning in. As you can see, the caption is simple. Is Kissie Agyabeng the problem or the office is the problem? We're talking about the office of the special prosecutor. Lots and lots of things are beginning to unfold from yesterday and the days before. So many people are speaking. The foolish intellectuals too are out there because it's going to pay them. But the question we are asking is Kissie Agyabeng the problem or the office of the special prosecutor itself is the problem? So many issues have come up. Parliament is speaking. Some very important personalities, lawmakers, also statesmen, and you watching me tonight, you are also a very integral member of the decision making when it comes to deciding how this country should be run. Tonight, our job is to make sure we delve into the matters, break it down to the simplest form for you to have a clear understanding of what is going on in Ghana, especially in politics. So tonight's show is going to be all about a special prosecutor. We have some social media stories that social media segment. During the social media segment, we will deal with some stories that the tabloid have carried, and we have verified all the stories. They are all verified, so no jandam tonight. We also delve into some other issues which are of importance to the people of Ghana. As you can see, this platform is an international platform. People all over the world listen to the platform. We are live on radio. If you have an Android device, go to the Google Play Store and download Loud Silence Radio. You get us live tonight. You can listen to this show. Maybe you're a truck driver. You don't want to be watching the screen. You want to concentrate on the road and listen to the show. You can go to the Google Play Store if you have an Android device. Also, if you have an iPhone like myself, go to the App Store and download Loud Silence Radio. You get us live tonight. You can listen to the show, be part of it. You can also comment. We will take care of some comments today. I will try my best. And as you can see, it's packed. Enyumbre Oshami Amidin at the Kevin Agyabeng Taylor me and Amidi Jumadi Onhuchiame. Omo Mobomichi Domino, you're from the Ghost team. Omo and Ashen Semono, Eddie Apeso, Eddie Abasa member, Namimbe Jum Nagana for Ehuno Kreno, and the Asama Edaponosono, a special prosecutor, Nasam Aba, Ghana for Channel, Ghana for a Pinsemu, Nipa Bebre, Eddie Omanua Tum, Endra, and in Sembibre CFA special prosecutor, and Namobio 2 year, Sibu, wait to be paying. Yaka honsem na ense ende asema beto ne say special prosecutor office no nipa bebre eka say yempamo no anase yengu office no ya asema ya busa nyina ne say enyumbre asema na esi nyina no sebio nipa na as problem nankasa no Kissie Agyabeng anase office na owo as a special prosecutor's officer na nado danko ekufuado ne MPP for ete no we any asama yebedi ho nkomo ende nsem so ewo ho a yebebobbo so kakran kakran ma Ghana fo ehu no kre no de eko yebedwudwam akirikirem ama Ghana fo ehu no kre no nti ende show no abape so abapele mo amunim sebe ba na eyendwudwamu Manchester United so de abia ho baako na je se emu edindin se mo si ni bibi nti ende no me charge de a wa wo de ho beti bia beti uti me wo fa ase ne hwe Manchester she me wo fa ase ne hwe and me mini me wo fa ase no ende me ka kire mo ma me ka no kre kire mo Manchester she me wo fa ase no Chelsea no o hwe sa de o Hisense region oni kapre na accounts mu nyina sike dem enu $2,000 enwumbre o hwe inti osamuti ase say ma charge na me ba na Manchester so de abia ho inti wa wo de ho betia na dwide when the weekend Chelsea ball draw na be Chelsea 3-1 na me wofa se ade bi ma se bi o se ebusuafo nyina ye hie hu se me wofa se no ompemi ye yes thank you Mr. S me wofa se no onipa bonini an me woka chem se wofa se mo bebre but mo tu bi wo ha me pe o masem pa but se sia no me pe ba ko asem chen ba ko because ba ko Manchester and ba ko Chelsea the Chelsea no bottom maka kire no ono oni ska and ono on the fridge kranya papa the fridge ne nye obi the fridge mu krampa se wo de eye bottle a washima the fridge enkom an the fridge na chichiri nsuo ipeyi di peyi na chichiri di shem oni ka pretu no na no and na osa support Chelsea enti me mpana asem an enti maka kire no o kan se me o group ni mu ka kire nkofo se first ne anim on se mbre mi na Canada Japan ka se eye me papa Lebanese ni ade endra weekend na mu se me wo fast no ne ko ka kire Kennedy an because yakeka kana mo fast no me say me ade bia meye no asase we su no e kire no ankasa no me wo fast wo group ni mu no na ena wo fast e be ka kire say an wo hu story bia ya Chelsea 3-1 a ono offer ena wo group mu de na first offer me bia group me ye boga ena me say admin ena me na me so me manage group no ena me de wo offer se me de wa kan se me ka group no ho minim say o team ne nye obo Chelsea chip wo Chelsea supporter team ne nye na wo offer se be ka team ho a fine ya show team de na first ya show team problem bi eni ho na wo fa se me be kire screenshot no me fan tete me be so wo se me mini no sa kwa no weekend Chelsea bo me ka jen se on fra bet meto so ne japade nyina any $100,000 the two no wa fa hwe ameto so we japade $100,000 for we japade nyina ba beguso we japade 18,000 Ghana cedis fa ni nyina beguso na me fa $100,000 oso no onye ai no o we japade and am so wo de na wo asase we so a ensem hunu girls dey afra from what kind so fa de me I girls more chance and ka yo hwan inti did command of us say ai wofa or the video be send me video in there fine video or say Nigeria phobia omo a pleaded with President Mahama say omo lights inti am so this is fine so wofa kebi mo and I'm so cool afem what I know about group nim ya hye na wie no ye di ni bet ni ahye no and if you rasu tu no and the girl crampo ka chen say on ondwendwen nyoma ho say ometuma ko enim ana so mo ko enim and owo jeans 3 and baako so okọ hatai no mo wia baako aka 2 inti ehia no wa protect if you wofa so no ai mame fa to so na obi ehu asema me wofa se kan if you wofa se ano hwe wofa se group ni na be kire mo no evidence ni inti o be say me kam wofa se asema o se ai and wofa we dey on pen wofa se o say tio o the video ni send me say Nigeria for so mo per light na Mahama mwo mo na wofa we dey akabi ma Nigeria for na me se mate your group ma ya share we no Jack Nigeria dey suffer unless wofa extend the work to go there at least wofa be half Igbo inti group ni na me hu say imbrebro biko ka kire kede Japan say papa Lebanese mo fa se we ya inti say group no or your group who come to Japan on the snitch no ya say we do ka kire wofa say me ye Igbo ni me say me ko bo Nigeria for no come and am say mate and I say and I mean can once and am say me ye afi your group of ka kire say Nigeria for bro brand there e kire wofa obo mo because I don't know at least enya krampo wofa me half Igbo me Igbo who have name say Igbo ni wofa se a o ma me na ye me nua me do ma me na ma fa say me ya me wo kra na me dwene wo sam de odin behyem o gina WhatsApp ka kire me say me Igbo ni enti ehona me hu say asem na wo ka kire Kennedy mrebi na wofa se we na ko kan What fast way? Dina Kennedy way Jimmy do was me a black Lebanese and I'm papa Lebanese. What fast way or a snitch into group you find a premiership. Into your group numa or then a group numus on the Combine Japan. Into a group no Combine Japan and what fast. Into me person man who may we are see whom. Say Chelsea and J League were made the picture about 2 TV so may catch row. Of I say, I tell you today, I'm say Manchester Criteria United and check. Of I say I would do now go for the no man and I would of I say. I still won United. It was I say Chelsea and J League in India and the middle picture better to me we are seeing in so and now yeah me group no come Japan. Oh me group no Premiership group no come Japan. We are snitch. Double can be thank you very much of I say. All right. Now let's take our business. And then of course Ghana minti ya nipe bi ekekansem. Of I say snitch to so. Me go anim as wo. Me go eche wan kasa be Facebook live ka chen comfort so po of achew. O ka je me iboni. Of I say snitch. Odwa. Onis kaso de bia na of how far bronya be gise na obedi bronya no. Bronya wo be gise na also PS5. Ma tompo sia. Esi America me de bro. PS5 mato. It's the America, my imagine say, me the PS5 in the bro, what boss no. Girls about them and this were white. Me from bro. Me tam music and to PS5 mau. Sabe the betche. I me as girlfriend be nin yaketwa, me the mano. Na me tam PS5 in the mau. Mato. Me catch or mato. Na my image bring you in and be mau. But the me as girlfriend be nyaba. Nin ya bema. I'm an boss no. A board and papa. Oh, me from mommy. Me from mommy. Catch me say me half Igbo. Oh when na me Igbo ni. Oh mama boss oh ya woman now mama gina ho. Oh catch me say me Igbo ni. What fast Chelsea tea. All right guys. Okay, a team a group no for say of a calm down. A team group no back I also offer relax. Okay mate. Another assistant. And also yeah another offer. Also offer relax into my relax. Yeah can't smile my yanka. All right guys, let's take care of business. United mo fa ba kun kan ho na nche United ba kwa kan ho anasa one na. All right, thank you and good evening to Obia Oshebenyumbre. We are live on Facebook, we are live on YouTube, we are live on TikTok and also live on TV. Enyumbre e de na ekoso de na mo pese kan ho asam show na start ya no. Time no day nti enya de a ye betwentwen so ye ba go straight to the show. Na ye di juma no. Mr. P, I'm still not getting my TikTok on, but it's fine. We can go on. I will deal with that later. Okay. So, Matisse, Mr. P, Mr. S, I didn't get the president's video. Mr. P, I didn't get a president's video. Please, can you get me the president video when he went to Ofanko yesterday? I asked for it this afternoon when we're having the meeting. And then also, I think the other one. Please, guys, Mr. P, I think you forgot. I think you guys forgot. So can you get it on the system for me, please? Now, Again, Ghana. Andra, the president of the republic, Echo of Anko, Echo inspect the road, you know, catch Ghana for Emma Ghana for Tiase, sure Ghana for say, a year express road na, a year Ghana buying Odi ni John Mahama buying NDC buying, Eba be ye free a year in crime, Aqua Kuku PS no, Sa Equine dear, the needs that soon they are still going to construct a year the expressway. Now, a year of Anko Kwanya, nim say, over the years, sa kwana be a problem about that Ghana hama nipa bebre akasa from Kufo Abreso, JJ Rollins Abreso, President Bia Amba Antman Fan and Sanka, John Dramani Mahama ni NDC about power in less than a year. And the Munina Mohu senior of Anko a year in Sawumni, sa equine ninano, a year President Mahama, Eddie Emma contractor Utia Hoka, and the Yenina Yuhu, a year dien, equine Emma Ghana Funina any aje. When any friend say, Obi Edu Enim na Okano Kre na Odino Kra. This is how you govern. This is how you respect a leader. This is how you can trust a leader. Into right now, no, I was saying of what I say. Kwasebia bet me the president, but ube here Obia Okano Kre. Ube here Obia Odina Samuso. Ube here Obia owo e krono edana koma so a. Why na adwene se obeboa ema krono aden etumi akọ nanim. Now, and as we all can see, a year of anchor in Sawim Kwano, President Mahama said, "Wakwa inspect and yenja who videos no of President Mahama inspecting the road, and the engineers are." Oma Baso inspected the quality of work being done by Marapoma, one of the biggest road contractors in Africa and in Ghana. Marapoma Construction. They have shown to say, "Oh, yeah, Ghanaian company na say ye momo the needed resource sika ometuma ejumano." I think say Marapoma construction actually bibi kakra. Omachre say we have Ghanaian companies that are ready and willing to work. All that we need to do is to make sure governments resource them or pay them. When contractors sign contract with governments, saban endi ne mra so a ene na ma ejuma na contractors bebree ye no entumi enkoso. Now, Marapoma is setting the pace, and Marapoma is making us believe say if a company, a local company, and as a Ghanaian company, if we as a people, they can deliver as those companies are and I believe say in Sawum any of we should also give credit to the company, to the construction company. Superb, it's fantastic, and also the consistency and the pace that they are working. No, Ama Obienya believe say Sabain Bana Sabain Dini Bosha Suna Abain contractors. Etna in harmony. Na Abain is honest with contractors. Contractors will also go a very long way to help the government and the people, and that is what we are seeing on the in Sawum in Sawum any a year of Anko stretch. No. Now, the president yesterday, Okoshe sa a year project we know, a year construction of this road, President Neka Bibi. Now, Omubusa said, Mr. President, na yatete nkofo can say a year road na wakwa yeno, omo yeno, yasi a year express lane bi na express lane no. Omo start ya omo beja a year dien a kwana to, and the president said abi dear a year adakabre kano obwa. Any the likes of Adakabre opportunity radio so MPP4 can omoboa. No, as the president there. Ashagana for boss say a year of Anko Kwan and Sawim Kwan, Nisika Dawa, Omutiama contractor. Express road, and also Nisika from Sonko. There is no way of Anko in Sawum to Kumasi Kwan we almost a be affect the expressway. No. Now, President Kohono, he also got excited or say the amount of work who say a Marapoma company no edia share jumanum and the decency omudi ye juma omune Ghanaians drivers plying the road enya problem biano omutima professional enough and the pace at which they are working no. President say I will believe say a year in Sawum ejuma we no o gidi say contractor no ekɔ so sene ɔkɔ so na ebia ato yanchem bia ensi na ebia yenya some bad weather be a bit to me slow down the pace of worker on it there from what he saw no ordinary bubua onya engineer onya contractor onya kwan but from a layman point of view no from a pace no from the last time the obehu ye no ene eye de we hu sisia no as Ghanaian na as obia ono so watna be me hu sene ye kwan any pace na o se ohun ni say ebia by April 2026 eye afie besimi by April ne de na eye ekwan we no ebia na contractor ne wie president no enka yenka se obewie 2026 April o say the ono de ni hu ye no ene se ne adwuma na ekono ono de as a president and also as a layman when it comes to road construction no ordinary bubua na o calculate time a obehu kwan na ene ende de kwan na ye na o ma ye ne ye ene adwuma no se bi o mo ye ne dia na adwini mu no ohun ni say by April 2026 de na ekwan we ya ye wie. This is the president of the republic.
The Ofanko in Sawam stretch, where President John Dramani Mahama is once again inspecting the ongoing works on this critical national work done so far. Okay, so in their previous conversation, that was his first visit when he came to this area, the president demanded, as we all know, firm timelines and emphasized that this road must not suffer any further delays. He reiterated that the Ofankor-Pokwase-Nsaom corridor is a strategic national route and a priority under his administration. President Mahama, as we all know, in that of the government's earlier assurance that all outstanding payments amounting more than to remove any financial bottlenecks stalling the project.
Want to go very fast for the trucks, big trucks, that carry heavy cargo. Instead of using this stretch, they can use that stretch. Of course, they'll pay a toll to be able to use it. And so, like he said, we've not abandoned this alignment. This alignment will still be available for road users, but we're going to invest in a new expressway that will take people to Kumasi faster than this old one has done. So let me congratulate the consultants and then also congratulate the contractors. And I hope that you continue to push it the way you've done. I'm sure that if you do, we probably will take over the road earlier than you had said in July. So thank you very much.
Your Excellency, I want to hear from the contractor. You said your wish is this completed by April. Doesn't that look feasible?
Come this way.
Yes.
Well, with the outstanding works ahead of us from media on in some area, we are actually pushing on the earthworks faster. Okay. I'm sure that just as the President said, when the few certificates are on it, the contractor will not hesitate to finish that time in time. And so from the media towards Hebron and then Dobro.
That was done from where you end to Suhum. That place is dualized, but you can see that because of the weight of the trucks, the surface is beginning to wear. So we might have to put a new layer of asphalt over it.
All right, so as you can see, I think the tabloids also from the video we all watched right now, my team, they are drawing my attention. The president did not make that statement. In fact, the contractor is the one Oka say from a year ahead of where they are now, the earthworks they are doing. They can say earthworks omu two form ahwe djuma omu ye no. Sa omu di ahwe no omu faso ni ade no. Contractor ne can say in fact djuma we na go so mu wie next year by June, July. Na contractor ne na catch Mr. President to say from the way omu hu nyama no ene sibia earthwork ne koso na omu edwi na eko yie na sebi oye nya nsuo bia mbetwitwa omakwa omu nhede nya problem bia no. In fact, on the contract and you say by April, I will say you want to me. Intima we uncle asam ensha John Mahama no. Said John Mahama say a ye of uncle in Sawum for Kwana ye no April no mubewie. A contractor no and a John Mahama ne the roads minister. Busan say sia no sibia wa ye kwane contentem no. Uni say July na and a contractor say oh on it dear or share jumana omo ye na. Any sibia omu tu ahwea omo pa eni asasine ni a omu dwisu na one de ohun say aban tumi nyoma tumi kosi bia ekona by April ne de na my den betumi wie adwuma no enti still June July ne de it is still there but the contractor ne kache the president of the republic say nyoma kosi ne ekoya enya problem bia na se ne omu dwi kwan so enim ne de ekonyina ne de by April de betuma dane adwuma no nyina ahye yensa se omu wie enti mema obi nkotena radio so mema ofu ibi nkotena movement TV mema odwan bi nkotena asempa mema kusie bi enkotena edien eye Inshira FM mema odwan bi enkotena eye Adum TV mema eye kurasini bi nkotena P7 meka se John Mahama ka se ekwan no eye epo ni ewie contractor na ekasa na osho or catch president ni say from the pace of the work they believe say ebia epo no mo wie but the work na nkasa they also mo wie by June July enti mema obi an commission form system no Ghana Web any other tabloids na omo a report sa asem we man reporting ye no also mo nyina a retract no mo apologize say na omo correct say it wasn't the words of the president. Name a contractor no and na suggest catch president and say nyoma kon de bia kone dia ebra epo na afia yebesimu no na omo wie kwan no yenim adekodie ntia yes ade we yenim nkofo eni omo dili yenim abeifo ma yeni omo nam yenim nkransefo emma yeni omo nam yenim ajantrafo ma yate party omo gum a efre de MPP yenim eye de akromfo omo nka no kore yenim party a otrofo de anim nti ye di nkomo a na ye tim na Ghana fo hu nkomo na nkasa efri say yenim amanfo bi twa atro de gitumi omo gitumi ni jimi no omo de jimi ye nti eduru pempenso bi a say ye kasa na ya kyere asam no se ne tie se ne beya ofui bi enkoje John Mahama no ensi bone nti asam no enya John Mahama na ka say omewie kwan Apple na eye contractor no video na enyina boy no obi ate. Thank you very much. And president ne kan contractor ne so kan nti enyina eginim. Now asam we are very important, and I've seen a group of people be Ghana deliberate, and I'm going to say this. Amwakohene sues Democracy Hub's Wendell Yeboah over Galamsey claims. Now, the Ashanti Regional Minister, Obi Eka Samuto no so Oye Galamsey. And as a young politician, as somebody who is leading a whole region, onim se onye bibiano se onim se waya boni a anka se we ko bekansie nka obeye din na mom onim se onye boni nti anase opese no kure ne beda di nti the Ashanti Regional Minister eka kira brantie na oka asasem ne se wo se me ye Galamsey a ende bra ne be kirem na fa wungina so bra na be kire wiase nyina se ampa me Amwakohene me ye Galamsey. And I want to be honest here, and I want to be blunt here. Me ekwamiti hey, when I say something against somebody, na se nipa ne ka se asem no enya no kra, the person has the right to take me to court. Now, me won say some group of people in Ghana, I imagine say, because the Ashanti Regional Minister is seeking for the truth. Because what kasema to me so, na sa asana wo kai no, me so minim se menye ya. Why should I sit and allow that atrono to destroy my career? Because you're one of the finest politicians or ministers in Ghana, the Ashanti Regional Minister. In 2025, if I'm going to give you 10 regional ministers, Greater Ashanti region, I'll come to Greater Accra. I will not sit here and make it look like say Obi born in Sama because I want to write in that person should be let off the hook. No, it doesn't work like that. And the gentleman, a friend, Wendell, no, he needs to understand say, no Wendell no nam hono. So Obi so ka asam to ne swa. Sa asam no obe pese nipa no be den ebe be yini ho ano. So people in the media space, and I was so disappointed when somebody like Irasuda Saridonko, who am senior, you taught me this job, and you insinuating and making it look like say today it is okay for people to malign people. Ewie me hu say obi akotro bibi e de tia Erastus Asaridonko say Erastus akwaje pick up bi, and I expect Erastus to sue that person. Say Erastus nim say asem na nipa ne kan nya no kra, because we cannot live in a country whereby people can just make allegations and do what and just walk. We cannot live in a country where people can just make things up and just Erade Nyankopon Manchester. Yeah, 5 minutes. Manchester United on Jack.
The lives of the people of Agbogboloshi matter as much as the lives of the people of East Legon or cantonments. yeba hano yebesi toilets amamu yebesi toilets in all yebesi 8-unit toilets, 4 8-unit toilets, 32 toilets in all among the people of Agbogbloshie. Usorina uko toilet uya ubejari enyasa ubejari enti ye besi bath houses so akaho ye ubejari enyasa ubejari usorina uko toilet uya ubejari enyasa ubejari enti usorina uko toilet uya ubejari enyasa ubejari enti ye besi bath houses so akaho ye besi 24-unit bath houses and 80 in all 24-unit bath houses said mubenya ebi mubeko na mujare anapa na mujare tu na makoka usorina uko toilet uya ubejare enyasa ubejare enti ye besi bath houses so akaho ye besi 24-unit bath houses and 80 in all 24-unit bath houses said mubenya ebi mubeko.
Guys, the Adena Queno, I was sure upon Manchester Nankasano, I don't know. Nothing will cry. He said, "Nipa cry, and then cry was as we should cry, and the pound tono." Some come as a quackoshe. Nipa cry to me your peace of mind. Just say, Sheba Kokoda fort and a fit keke to me fan and Nantekaka. Your house to cry ni. At it is a mess to cry ni. Manchester. Jack, Mesaba, Jack. Enough from Saunia, enough from Sau.
Wow! Yeah! See all my face. Yeah! My head, my eye, my nose, my teeth, my mouth. Yeah! Handsome. Yeah! My head, my eye, my nose, my teeth, my mouth. Yeah! Handsome. Ha ha! I am on something, yo. Yeah! Ha ha! Wow! Yeah! See all my face. Yeah! My head, my eye, my nose, my teeth, my mouth. Yeah! Handsome. Yeah! My head, my eye, my nose, my teeth, my mouth. Yeah! Handsome. Ha ha! I am on something, yo. Yeah! Ha ha!
Akuyecha me tetafo na me buy me baton fish ewo asafo market ya me be wa no hwe me da bia no pa me so dia oye tie ma me awia ne ama me eto afufu awime so ne asebo me efiri se dum so ba me ba no fish adaka duasa ne akoto agu kwa eti na me ba no onya sika ma me na me de didi efira no pa me ba ha me ni di yo eno ani bodo se hwan ana me bedu ha no mato bi die me ba nya sika ma me wo boss ante se de adwuma no nya dum so yi abrewa de me na ye nyira firi dum so me ti asi me de me sum ho de mu ya ansa me da fom birim mama adai adia ni aye maya wa abrewa ti wo ma me wonte se me a mama mi huna ma ni sei me te mi we demonstration me kon ma kwa kama sam so a kire mama no hu me mabo na dum so wonya na me be ti me tan fish wonya sika matari ani adi ana ma ba bibia ne be te se NDC fo na sei MPP fo sei na nti wo mama MPP fo no ne se ne kura nyina ya MPP de wa mo beka ana nkrofo yo de ya ne kura nyina MPP me bati yesi baby di etobo engomo di anuma ko bu agu ni pa kura mu bugu ya wa de wa aboa what one ne dai obi abu agu wa nya demonstration Bibi a musi MP before na yɛde sɛ ne yɛwɔ nipa ɔmo wɔ nipa kyɛ mu dia ɛne afei mu nsɔre so ndi mama so ntimi a wɔnya bɔne ɛno asɛ me na me ka yɛ so meboa na wɔnya ama de obetumi betena hɔ no wɔhwɛ na mmere wayɛ mmɔbɔ akuye cha metetafo na me baton fish ɛwɔ asafo market ya me bɛ wa no wɔhwɛ me da bia no pa me so de a wɔyɛ ntɛma me awia ne ama me eto afufu awime so ne asɛbo me efiri sɛ dum so ba me ba no fish adaka duasa ne akɔto agu kwa eti na me ba no wonya sika ma me na me de didi efira no pa me ba ha me ni di yo ɛno ani bodo sɛ hwan ana me du ha no mato bi die me ba nya sika ma me wo bo so ante sɛ de adwuma no nya dum so abro wa de me na yɛ nyina firi dum so me tia si me da me sum ho ne mu ya ansɛ me da fom birim mama adai ɛdeɛ ne ayɛ mayɛ wɔ abere wɔnte wo maame wɔnte sɛ me a mama me hunu ama ne sei tumete mmere wɔ demonstration na mɛkɔ no makɔ kama asɛm so akyerɛ mama na wɔhu me mɔbɔ.
All right, moment to show no so na esi abeso show no dia and be commentary Manchester for kuta ball no Onshako Manchester when kuta nsisi a e won finfin ho no mo akwade pia so ba Manchester United still Manchester United I wapasi ama eye hwan e defender ba ko o ball na ko box ni ho no mo omogina so Abidjani kutaboro Abidjani na diama Bruno so awoso kakra Abidjani na passe mon passe ball ko fifio o ma cross ball no Manchester for na say no ko for na team esa diaba center. You are still watching Manchester United and West Ham United Old Trafford. You hear one go pe e de adwedwe akoma Manchester for kutaboro no ko munim Manchester for ko ne bi onje no mgina aga ball no mo fechire ball no Jimmy sa mo fechire ball no Jimmy omo monko enim no mo tietia so ye number 2 no eyi ni Morocco ni no Manchester for box nim ya danim ankofo ne amsa Manchester ball atra kokona Manchester Bruno nko woso enso na ya gondodo nti ball no referee say eye goal kick say ade ne dia ye mu edin political sports talk show into the other political sports talk show. West Ham 4 team omoshada niskasa atete kwa Bruno de nsegu ni triso na say eya ka ya bo 91 minutes and 45 seconds aka referee the 5 minutes that was ya bom 1 minute we aka 4 minutes Manchester for goalkeeper that team West Ham for goalkeeper that team 10 ball ko Manchester for box mo defender no oya logolege wa team akwa e piano konsa referee said abi fiensi West Ham for ne kuta boy yo West Ham ni ko West Ham ni na sade afem asam yesi enkeye yaba eyi ne nyamba Manchester for awoso ball da hujina de penalty me yebo konsa yeba wa gon no yesi enwa gon referee say on non tia se de bibia ma yenkofo na sa team aba Manchester United for side ho ye player ni Germany ko true Manchester United for enya attacking through left side ho just say ye ginem ama ball no de kwa de beko Manchester Odogono ene kuta ball no Manchester for player na o shono ma 30 for Odogono ode ama Mason Mount anka bofo akokora nkonya bi mbo asemti end of Manchester foul referee ginetam reference on J West Ham for na ball no West Ham for wo so akona wa agwa West Ham ni na koda tre okay the Manchester goalkeeper Bruni Bano on edem anka oye Sebio Gane nyanka fena napia na napia Manchester goalkeeper de Sebio tie no Gane nyanka fena napia Manchester for ko munim ye de Sakura man Sakura man so sisi na se wa bro se World Cup na Cameroon na qualifying team se no so wa bro se dien yo ye wo so opupu ne to sa aden koyi and West Ham for no start a delay akwaba ko onko fan free Senegal buy another slave wo hu sa brofo ni bom nse man nti wogya de ho ato West Ham for no so eja mo ato yes West Ham for no omo the slave ba ko o wabobo butu nkofo Jimmy sorry ne yanko anim omo the slave ba ko yamo peja slave no ma slave no say end obesa abo aka 3 minutes ne mguasia na aba Esi Manchester for ball no true West Ham for ball onshako now Manchester for and Agyabeng no mda komo keeper there for na piano keeper no so pass ne tin your center line akwara sa ko bola sa ko keeper no penalty ye beti o mafo pay super afidi ye beti ko fo pay super keeper na sa team The Western for apim amamugo keeper na the pay kura endu $40,000 no. Ni nyina de kwesino no yabo 4 minutes manaka 1 minute 8 seconds so abeda so keeper na te Manchester for yebetuma bibia na Western for nya motor ba ko beka ho. Western for ese nya mo de ba ko beka ho. Manchester for agiball no yedu center line no ye wo so. Manchester for de ko ayeka. Akwa no abobo no ato ni penim. Akwa no abobo no ato ni penim. Rastaman throw one stone. Wabobo no aseno. Akwa no abobo no aseno. Game no yaponda dada na me mamu replay. All right, the best is in Manchester United. Lose game no. You lose game no 1-1. You lose game no. All right, mommy and Fancy so na the other one have been you bring me finjina no. All right, so I was talking about Ashanti Regional Minister no issue, no, and I believe say it's about time. Ghana 40 years here. I've seen some people trying to make it look like say the Ashanti Regional Minister no or he's not a police officer or report in the case. The police have taken the case serious because this kind of misinformation and disinformation in the system needs to stop. It is Obiako can be one some then the sandy panel abide any idea. You people should stop politicizing it. If it is he is part of a democracy harbor, it does not change the fact to say Wako sama Sebu also Queen Huano. So if that guy knows that what he did was right, as some kind of evidence, why are you people not allowing the guy to face the court? Why are you people not allowing the guy to face the law? Why are you making it look like say Ashanti Regional Minister will be a court and what time will be the Nakosi court also or Jajini panel? In the first place, that gentleman who wrote the thing or made the allegations, why hasn't he come out to say the allegations are true? You people should stop this nonsense. And it has become a cabal in Ghana. There are a group of young people, it be a journalist for, it be from some panelists, it be my yawaha. All that they do is that they pick on people. And I'm so happy the way the Ashanti Regional Minister is standing up to these bullies. These are all bullies on the internet. And these people have decided to say, oh, we will do everything possible to suppress the Ashanti Regional Minister. I like the way he's dealing with them. He's not also cowing. He's also letting them understand he knows it's right. He is in office. If somebody is going to say something about him, it needs to be factual. In the Saudi Accra, that's why Junior will say, you are part of a group and you can be part of the group and fool yourself. You need to end up in jail. We are not going to mince words. You are the same people working in our courts every single day, trying to fight for people's right. Now, the people you are fighting for their rights, and you'll be there trying to abuse you. You people are so selective when it comes to the law. So, Ashanti Regional Minister, and the budget with Jimmy, Obinka someone fan home because the person is part of a toothless group who basically make money out of nothing. He shouldn't talk. He should allow the guy to malign him. If the guy feels he did not do anything wrong and he has evidence to support his statement, all of you junkies who are supporting this boy should follow the boy to court and provide your evidence to exonerate the boy. Sam kwasiade no munjai. Muntumi fa enhye social media chi enya mo say ye de erimumra no ye de ye join group ye de ye pressure group. Now we pressure group no we Jimmy now making allegations without any substance. Why should anyone allow you to make those allegations? I like the Ashanti Regional Minister. He should not allow them to write things and get away with it. And I'm being so disappointed in a lot of these people. Oliver, I am disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in Erastus Saridonko. I'm disappointed in all of you guys. Now, you want it to slide? Because the boy was held by the police, does the Ashanti Regional Minister run the Ghana Police Service? Does he run the Ghana Police Service? So Ghana Police Service Ashanti Regional Minister. Why don't you take your matter to the police? Why don't you go and demonstrate at the police headquarters? Why are you making it look like, say, the Ashanti Regional Minister to them watch you be ashamed? You people know the law, but you are being selective because muhundi padin kwasiasam na say emrano etchena. Then you come and talk about human rights. You come and talk about people using power to suppress people. Nobody is using power to suppress anyone. If you don't have facts, shut your fucking mouth and stay in your room. That boy might end up in jail. And you people are the ones helping these young guys to end up in jail because you are making them believe, say, Oliver and your group, you need to advise yourselves. I respect you a lot. I remember when I came together in the Supreme Court, you walked up to me, we spoke nicely as gentlemen. But the way you people are making these young men who are in these various groups behave, they are beginning to think, say, they can misbehave in Ghana, and that when you use the law to question them, it is looking like you are intimidating people. You are going after people's rights. Now, who can be one? Not any person so right. Now right. You people are the ones who are pushing young people into jail. If you want to be pressure groups, if you want to be democracy hub, if you want to speak on the issues, you have all the right and you have our support. But the idea that you think that some of you guys can take advantage of the groups you are part of and malign people, no, nobody's going to agree to that. Nobody's going to agree. So that your window, your boy, if that boy has evidence to what he said, he shouldn't be scared. He should face the law. And Yaman Kofobin and Ghana and Kwasiasamun and I'm so disappointed in you, Oliver. Every single day, we are fighting for the young people. It is beginning more to look like you people are fighting for whatever you people want to get. But it's not about fighting to make sure the rule of law, basically, everybody enjoys the rule of law. Why? Is Wendell bigger than anybody in Ghana? Time and not all church or sign, and no name the consequences. And you people are acting as if you know nothing. And some journalists have jumped on the wagon. All because Ashanti regional minister, he's young. We should go and intimidate him. We should make him feel bad. That guy cannot be intimidated. No matter the agenda you people can set, until the court finishes this case, nobody can make any allegations. Until the case is in court, nobody should think, say, this because this man has opened up and trying to smile with everyone, even journalists in Ashanti region. And I'm disappointed in you, Erastus. This morning he wrote something about this, and I was shocked. We all are supposed to be gatekeepers, guard each other. So who Erastus will be a car, so I will not sit here for the person to run you down. But suddenly, for some reason, you guys have decided to be selfish. I don't know what this guy has done to you people. It's like it's an agenda. Let us bring this guy down. We are not going to allow him to be the Ashanti regional minister. Simon said, "What bonso said? Kwasi ampe you be the Ashanti regional minister. Kwasi we Jimmy no Ashanti memu. I want to make a bibi anchina kwa we." Erastus, you lived in Ashanti region. You could not speak in this guy's face because you people think he's young. Because you think he has opened up. He's trying to be nice with everyone. You people want to find a way, malign the guy and destroy him. Munjai san kwasi adeno. When someone or trust he should go to court and prove it. If he goes to court and the court says it's Onya Bonia, he walks. What is your problem? You people should stop this. For people to even believe in the young people in Ghana. Whatever you people stand for, your actions are going against whatever you people stand for. Whatever you people say, we should look at and believe in you and take your word. Your actions, on social media, the things you follow and the things you support. And then I just say there is something off about what you people are saying that you are doing. What you are protecting. You people are not standing for anything. Gradually, you are losing that respect. You are losing that integrity. We were here when you, Oliver, you oko to police for car key. In any country, you should be in jail. And I'm in any country, you should be in jail for like 5 years. But we lived in this country. You need to understand the law needs to work. It cannot be selective. We should stop these kind of things. The jealousy is too much in the system. What you people are doing is not helping. Mumi Njai, and I'm disappointed in you, Erastus. Very, very disappointed. What do you gain from this? What are you people going to get from this? From day one, a gentleman will occupy that position as the Ashanti regional minister. You people, you hate this young man. What do you want from him? Go and vie for the position. And if you don't want it, I don't care. But your actions in Sembia Mochrochron at time. Today the case is in court. The boy should go and prove himself. Whether you are part of NDC, MPP, Democracy Hub, Emergency Hub, whatever hub, you need to make sure say Yedemra and a Chichiremai. We are not going to sit there out of respect in tea. Namashadam person will say ni baby life. If this guy goes wrong, I will make sure say if we go to court, we will all champion the sack of Amwakohine. Yes, We will make sure, so jail no kwa, we will champion it. But we cannot sit here and gloat over allegations are obi to me prove na yet one man look like say I'm hene no or nipa boni ni bi agoku obi. Aden now also on protecting the credibility. Mo amugina ho ya kan sam to so you threaten suit. Why don't you people want people to protect themselves? Mr. Minister, do the job. Focus. If the man now or man with Jumano, if the president believes to say unye Juma, so you are, he has the right to do it. But so far, the president is satisfied with your job. The job near the man is to serve Ghanaians, specifically people in the Ashanti region. Deliver. If you go wrong, we will caution you. But do not let these jealous people, these guys who think say everything should be about them, to distract you. Me as I sit here until that Wendell boy proves his matter, gives us all the evidence to prove, say, or as some kind of I'm not going to side with anybody. Let the court decide. Nonsense. Now, the vice president spoke yesterday. And as some kind of say, the daily feeding allowance from 1 cedi 80 pesos to 5 cedis has been approved for implementation. Moka say NDC ba power na prisoners. Prisoner biano na feeding a day 1 cedi 80 pesos. Professor Nana Opoku Agyabeng, John Dramani Mahama, any omo cabinet tenas no omo who say it is not right for a Ghanaian Sebiu and the over prison to be for correction. Prison enye baby a kuku nipa. E baby a ye ko reflect it, ye de correct it, ye de tenase. Obi kura to be free prison but no why reformed papa na nyoma kura nanka oni prison on to me no oko prison why obi to be ko prison obi pie no kuta masters obi to be ko prison obi pie no kuta nsa adwuma obi ko prison obi ba no na oye more productive than obi krampa oko prison. So abai we buy no who say we cannot say because somebody is in prison they should be treated like, with all due respect, animals. Inti aye Professor Nana Opoku Agyabeng and John Dramani Mahama and MDC Abanika say no. 1 cedi 80 pesos every prisoner say eduane anopa ewie nwumre no. It is not right. There's no way they are going to get any better food to eat. So omotena seka say they are going to move it from 1 cedi 80 pesos all the way to 5 cedis. Now, the Vice President Professor Nana Opoku Agyabeng akasa or say and the cabinet agiatum say I was a prisoner biano you spend 5 Ghana cedis on each prisoner as feeding fee. Obetena kwasie bi ba eti wuntumi movement TV ka say aban we ba na de na waye na sa akwa no sa boy na ko say jail no sa boy na all misinforming ko for say ye beto abade bi Saturday ni ato bi sa na ko say ye jail no na ko koda prison na ke feeding 5 cedis ni ka che ne say time na onkwasi aban MPP ni woso no or tribal forest peglet party ni woso no ni e feed prisoners 1 cedi 80 pesos na aban ni say no because we person who say aban we aye bi foforo no and ye feed prisoners 5 cedis into that boy was supposed to be jailed. Sabona apetition na nenu kankan na ot movement TV na yantiasie abai we by pade na waye na nkosi e kan shemu. He was supposed to be jailed. Na nke akoka chen say if you do 5 cedis instead of 1 cedi 80 pesos. Enkwasi afo benya this radio so. E Jimmy fo we ma they don't want this country to move forward. Enti omontiasie say oman no ekọ nanim. It be I will plead with the government. Sa ade na boy ni ye during elections no. Say nka me na me ye yanke bekchimi atum. That case, that crime, I'm going to follow it. I am going to sue. I am going to petition the police that misinformation during the elections now can say better about be Saturday, near to about be Sunday. No, it is treasonous. A idea and Kebetuma Ghana and Tokwesi. So I am going to petition the Ghana Police Service to open that case and make sure that boy is put before the law. Because that boy cannot sit on radio and make such utterances and walk. Me pese who the reason why nti aban we buy na aban na ebibi odru prisoner ye jailina okoda oni afidi 5 cedis a day obeti ase say and the kufu ado bosom no na afidi Ghana prisoners 1 cedi 80 pesos. Say kwasi ampe you know to movement TV no buta say aban we no aban na nyehwe no me ankasa I will petition the IGP and I'll petition the IGP and tell the IGP say with all due respect say yeti kronma emra e wo say adwuma before election 2024, sa boy na oti movement TV no obetena TV so video evidence wo ekatre Ghana for say ebi nkoto aba no Saturday, ebi nkoto no Sunday, or evidence or misinforming, disinforming a lot of Ghanaians. Saturday no ye no and can talk about to me simo otumfo akonnwa say. Yes. And kebe to me in tokwesi asantimemu ene Ghana ama manfo ku amanfo ama sebio ahini a yedi ni Ghana nkan nyina be say into that boy no or you dangerous to our democracy and the law needs to take care of that boy. So I will personally petition the IGP. And I don't expect the IGP to put this thing on the side. We need to get to the bottom of it. Sanebaya election 2028, it will serve as a deterrent. Sanebaya kwasiye bin tumi nkotena TV so nkotena radio so nkoka say abani ebe to be this date, near to be this date. So from next week, I will personally petition the IGP. I will petition the IGP. I will instruct my lawyers to petition the IGP, and I want the IGP to act on it. When I petition the IGP, I will add the video to it. We need to get to the bottom of it. Me person otinyo me bia say o person hu di aban ye ya memana ko hu afri prison. Mema sa akwasi ampe yi no one ne boss wuntumi no omka ko hu di aban we ya from prison. Inti I am promising him. Ochira mu hia na monka nche Kevin Taylor say he's going to petition the IGP. He's going to make his lawyers petition the IGP about that boy's statement. And we need to make sure say obidi boni wo Ghana yentumi mbobone ne nto nchen. That boy, we need to petition the IGP to make sure the law takes care of him. Now, team, remind me of this. Please. Tomorrow morning, I want to call my lawyer in Ghana for him to put together this petition because I want this case. I don't want this thing to slide. Election 2028, a very, very important election for Ghana. We are not going to sit there for people to learn from this fool. Because nipebi ebe suyan di oye no na election 2028 na kofan tokwa bisi into also jina court na oyi ne ho ano na o maye hu sa asem na o kan no na ne jina so wen inti we are going to make sure say elsembra ni di because ya anye sa election 2028 no obi be the same na say Ghana. The democracy of Ghana is very important and dear to me, and I'm not going to allow piglets like these to destroy our democracy. Inti team, remind me tomorrow. I'll call my lawyer and I'll tell my lawyer to petition the IGP on my behalf, and that I want action to be taken on this matter. Seattle. Now, and then the President of the Republic will launch armored vehicles at Ghana Police Service. Now, the government is doing a lot. If there's one thing that we didn't see during the Akufo-Addo administration or the Bawumia administration for 8 years, we didn't see the retooling of any of our regional hospitals or our major hospitals in this country. For 8 years, the NPP government did not touch any hospital to retool or even continue any health development project. One second part, neglected part, military. The NPP spent a lot of money. Your friend flower money. They make you think say they are spending on the military. When they say spending on the military, or retooling the military, it's about retooling the military to be prepared in the moment. You can have a military that has old equipment, old fighting battle weapons or whatever. But you need to make sure you update your military, your security to the point whereby any day, they are ready to defend that nation or your nation. Now, there's one thing Akufo-Addo ne Bawumia they basically neglected. You see, Dampare technically bought the media. That is what Dampare was good at. And that one, I will not take it away from him. Dampare was a very good PR guy. Dampare was very smart when it came to making sure, playing with the minds of Ghanaians. He was always ahead. Dampare used the media to make him look better. Dampare, a politician, to say Akufo-Addo. He played the media game very well. He was able to get the media to do his bidding indirectly without the media even knowing. So Dampare like this, to me, setting up the media in a way whereby he buys the sympathetic part of the media. Into every time, you will see a lot of people are like Dampare because he will spread his pictures all over the place. He spreads his videos all over the place. He goes to places where he's saying, Emane Doso, Mamefone Doso, Ghana for, if you want to penetrate Ghana, go through our mothers, go through our aunties. So Dampare uno jine yase no sa. Dampare uno chikeloli. Dampare bo so akwaji banku no oka. Dampare bo hunu ewura ha. Dampare knew how to play on the conscience of Ghanaians. But when it came to policing, police now say policing, and I say police is being retooled to be a fortified police service. No, Dampare didn't really care. And somebody will say, no. Nana de bia who Dampare. It is only Dampare and obey IGP. Ni photographer, photographer of the year. Dampare Gwa. It has never happened before. It is only Dampare or what ni photographer or didn't you try to picture at the end of the year, photographers of the year. No, Dampare's photographer was the photographer of the year. Best photographer in Ghana, Dampare. That question, a photographer in Ghana asked me, say, so Dampare's photographer, what was just following Dampare around and taking pictures of the IGP? And I'm saying yes. And I'll say he became the photographer of the year for taking pictures of the IGP. So it shows you how Dampare was able to manipulate the system for the system to think, say, he was working for the police. On say a Pamo Dampare, no, so many people were shocked how the police were jubilating. It was because inside the police, Dampare had built a police within the police. It was so political to the point that the amount police, they didn't care. Dampare always looked at the face, the surface that looked very, very rosary. And that is what he used to do what? To enter the heads of Ghanaians. Today, we have seen a new police whereby the police is being retooled. The police is being retooled to the point whereby you can see, say, a government is in place that is being strategic about what is giving the police for the police to do their jobs. And see, Mahama present 40 special purpose armored vehicles to Ghana Police Service, and it was interesting to see the joy in the faces of Ghana Police.
Police response in high-risk environments. The enhanced officer protection when you engage in dangerous operations. The reinforced patrols in rugged terrain and high crime zones. They improve convoy, crowd control, and rapid response capabilities. And they give officers the operational advantage that you deserve when police response in high-risk environments. The enhanced officer protection when you engage in dangerous operations. The reinforced patrols in rugged terrain and high crime zones. They improve convoy, crowd control, and rapid response capabilities. And they give officers the operational advantage that you deserve when police response.
So you see, retooling the security agencies, and not just buying things. And I would like to talk to the president. Mr. President, it is very important you look at the Ghana military. The Ghana military, they are struggling. In fact, when it comes to West Africa, and this goes to the CDS or the leadership of Ghana military, when you go to Ghana military as a whole, as it sits there, the former CDS, and I know there's something in the military people don't want to talk about. But when you go into the military, Mr. President, once in a while, call the CDS, go with him to the military camps, sack all the officers and talk to the military, the lower rank people, and hear what they will tell you. And I will advise the CDS to do same. I will advise the CDS to also go to the various barracks, there's various units, call the unit personnel, let their office, the senior officers leave, speak to them, then you will hear what they are going through in the military. There's a lot happening. The military is struggling. When it comes to weapons, when it comes to vehicles, when it comes to Nyoma Yadika Seweya military, Ghana military, we fall short. In fact, we were here when the former CDS, Okoto armored vehicles, Land Cruisers, 12. Till date, who may be our Land Cruisers in Bako. He's the same He's the same person, Mr. President. You say he should go to Canada and become whatever. He went to buy Land Cruisers, bear 12, was saying. Land Cruisers, bear 12. Now, the disheartening thing about Ghana military, and they say, sir, vehicles are the last time I was in Ghana, I took my time to drive through the military. Burma camp. And Mr. President, it is sad to see the accommodation of some of our military men. It is sad to see the kind of equipment, the kind of accoutrement the Ghana military uses. In fact, you need to look at it very well. Say, and I will say on authority, say in Tokwesi, Ewo, Ghana, any other country, with all the experience, your military, no, eba akondia, you be losing Tokwana poto, obekunya shiekro. The Ghana military is not potent when it comes to weapons, war vehicles. The majority of the vehicles they see Burma camp. Mr. President, maybe you have not been briefed, and I know the CDS just took power or took office. He needs to sit down and look at the issues. There's a lot of issues in the military. They are hurt. Things are not going on well. And if we always want it to look like it is always going to be obey before command, or say obey command before whatever, then we are not going to get anywhere. Sometimes we need to put the obey before the Indiano and go down and speak to them and hear what is going on. I can tell you on authority that armored vehicles a good Ghana military about 80% in Yejuma. Mr. President, one day, Mr. President, pay a visit to the Ghana military. And I know the CDS is struggling. He's struggling because he came to inherit a military that was not retooled for years. He came to inherit a military that was being led by people who were trying to save their faces, trying to look good. But when it comes to Nyoma Ediye military Jumana, they didn't care. And that is where my problem is. Because the former CDS, he was all about the icing on the cake. For people to see, oh, if you give me an accommodation, not the main reason tia your family soja no, se mintumi nya akodia no, ana akadia ni nye soja na, then you need to make sure those things go hand in hand. And I know the CDS now is struggling because the military is undertooled. The Ghana military needs to be updated. When you enter a Burma camp at time, it is sad. It is sad because military for dying. Now it is like you see military quarters. A day is seen in 1932. Now Usha military for dying. Now Yabubo Kukobu Usha military for dying. Utubu says away nippon a dim, yasini nippon a dim, sojanine a dim. It is despicable. At time, the military, we need to upgrade the military a little bit. We need to retool the military. Our military is weak. And when I say it's weak, when it comes to Ghana military, they are disciplined. When it comes to they being there for the country, you know them. They go out of the country for peacekeeping. We know what they do. They are very, very solid. But when it comes to Akondia, the Ghana military is zero. They have nothing. It hurts me to be saying this now, but the Ghana military, I'm telling you, we have the men. We have a lot of people who are committed to work for us, protect Ghana. But when it comes to a new age military, the Ghana military, dear Mr. President, I beg you, you need to put a whole committee together, led by the CDS, to really look at one, accommodation, and two, the accoutrements. The Ghana military service, I've taken my time. I've driven through a Burma camp. When you go see baby a soldier for that cry, it is disheartening. Until the day I saw all these young people, the day they were recruiting people, Elwak Sports Stadium, na me drew Ghana. That day I was in Ghana. And me share young people way. A man for me na person ko soldier. And I'm actually go see Burma camp. And me share a danye gu. And I'm saying no, there is a problem. The day na in Kwarani Wu Elwak, and I was in Ghana that day. I drove past that place in the morning, and I looked at all these kids. And I'm catching them and say, I've been through Burma camp. Now me share a danye gu Burma camp. Now me share Ghana military, the way it is not resourced, the way it is not being retooled, the way it is not updated. Now me share Nkora we nyina wanting to go into the military. Me busa mo say, enti Nkora we nyina e form wa, ehin no mo koda. Where are they going to lodge? Ultimate drive through Burma camp. Mr. President, it is despicable. Add this to your legacy. At least before you leave power, we need to have about 50,000 military housing for the military. Military for Asasi Bebri. They have lots and lots of land. Yet Nimsa military for no Asasi Bebri. let us pay attention to the military. Let us pay attention for once, Mr. President. This is something you need to do for people like us. I am begging you, Mr. President. The police too need same. We are retooling the police. We need to look at the accommodation. These are security agencies. These old. I was asking myself, Oshe Edanya ewo Bema Kampa. Now just be a yesisi dina pete ho. Edan tantan bi. Inti Mr. President, can't we decide to say, sa endana yesi pete no, ye bebubu na yesi story buildings 20 uti story buildings 20 kwa 10. How many military men can occupy? So many of them. Why have we allowed to die way? Police need that them na ne bada abontene. Soldier need that them na ne bada box him. Utemo Bema Kampa. Soldier for the box abobobo bonk atar down. I just say a tonri ho. I just say ahoye slump. This is not right. I want you to summon the CDS. I need you to ask them what can be done immediately to help the Ghana military accommodation. We can't always be telling people go to the military, go to the police, and their dignity is taken away from them. That is despicable. Adeba kwami hu yana ya me tanya ya me yapa and say till date the Ghana military uko omo kitchen kra omo da hu ko tweja eja omo ko tweja and omo soja. Why? This is the modern day military. This is the modern day policing. How come say and the Ghana military ye ko tweja ye ko twenua and ye be soja? How? People come to training. They have new recruits. Now we tell our people we want to save the climate. We want to save the environment. And ever since the Ghana police end to me gas and that they need to send recruits to go into the forest. So what is that? And this go to the CDS. CDS, these are things that you need to put before the president. And these are urgent things. I know you came to inherit a lot of damage, but you need to try and also make sure these are the things the military personnel need. Good accommodation. You can take one section and say, okay, this 10 acre, this particular unit, ye besi story building 20 waha, story building bia a 500 room. Ye besi be 10 story building. What are we doing to our people? See the amount of money we have spent on unnecessary things in Ghana. Why are we doing this to ourselves? If today, you open, say, people should put in, contractors should submit. So our buying crackers of contractors, 50%, and that they are going to pay the contractors another year, the rest of the money. We will get local contractors who will be willing to build these story buildings at Bema Camp for the military. And then end 2025, military for that wanted it in Kukoboom. Anytime, are you not ashamed as leaders of the nation? Go and see baby police for that. Obakona police need that them na ne bada abontene. How can you have peace of mind to govern, to protect a nation? My worry is that today, as I tell you, Mr. S, get me pictures of Bema Camp. Edaya soldier for the dim. Na me fancha Mr. President. Ebia, it's been a long time the president went to Bema Camp. And the leaders of this country went to Bema Camp. Mr. S, get me pictures of Bema Camp. Edana ye call World War II na omudemu no. Ene ne ndomu da mudemu. Me say utumi kona so ye ni dan. Insuo enem edanim. Na gata nsuo nam dan na se gata nsuo. Na so ye ni dem. Na officer ye si dan shepe ama officer ne nebusuafo. Na recruit ne sojafoɔ omo ne eye adwuma no. Na officer for 10 air condition dan mu. Na omo bon kwase adwuma na egugu a kitchen diamond. How can you build a nation like that? Inti soja ni so to obe corrupt because or shani officer penyini ba kra ewo one officer bi ha or babako na ne ba no ewo dan ono nkwa wo dan na soja ni owo mba miensa na ono na yire ne mother box him. Why? How can you live like that? This has to change. There should be a change. Something needs to be done. We cannot keep doing these things to ourselves every day. As someday it is nice to retool the police. It is nice to give them equipment, but it is also important to take care of their accommodation. We can give all those Mr. President, we can give that to soldier for move some of them there and start building story buildings. Mr. President, the military themselves, they have engineers. The military, they can construct. The military, they can build. What is the big deal? We don't even need external contractors. Let us refurbish it again. Move the military 2000. Now, baby, I'm making sure say within a year, you to mean 6-story buildings, bear 5. Story will be at we find 200 apartment 200. Then you really need sanko for no abaho. Near say another set near Domacos, Yadiomacos segleme. Near says sanko for the dear near Domabaho. Near that is how we do it. We have enough houses sitting there. Yemfanyashi and Yatigan and Yakabrofo. Mr. President, you need to call a meeting. The military, the police, they need some better accommodation. Equipment some using in Anye, Kokana military, a 2 body war. Sometimes when we say these things, some of you get angry because you feel like we are exposing the military, we are exposing the police, we are exposing the security agencies. But if we don't talk about these things, how are people going to know what is happening? Huh? If we don't speak on these things, how are we going to know what is going on? Or they will suffer and suffer all the time. Ubeko eye Burma camp. A dying so I send kukobu. These are where you're dying. Where can put say a new kakra, Mr. S. This one is even new. Where I don't think it's even an apartment too. This could be an officer's mess. Mr. S, this is even nice. Mr. S, where they say get me the real houses at Burma camp. Why are we doing this to the military? Mr. President, it is me and Ghanaians saying this. You're parking kwa wejina ko military omukodahin. You're parking kwa wejina ko police omukodahin. We are parking them to go out there and to become corrupt. Oni baby da obey kromfo. So you need only baby da obey kromfo. Because the young crow ni also enam Ghana no who say the young crow baby da obey pesika ko pe baby ada. Let us try and help the military. Let us try and help the police. Retooling is good. I said 2 things today, Mr. President. The police, the retooling is good. The accommodation is important. The military, they don't have anything. I am pleading with the CDS to go to the president and plead with the president that this is an emergency. Because if we don't do this, one day a Tihana Soja for a revolt against here. Yakasa revolt. And yes, ubikuta political power na obi yawo. A yawo, any pain, any nyomebi any pebi come nema obi to be convinced obi. So it is always important to say, obi de nekra to us obebo o my ho banya. Yes, you show that kind of that kind of love, no. We need to meet them halfway. Go to Burma camp. I want the schools, the JSS for no, they should go and take a tour at Burma camp. Now we should be a soldier for that. In fact, what I want the Ghana military to do first and then say, before we be applications, no, we make sure say you give people the opportunity to come and work at the barracks and see where the soldiers sleep. It should be part of the whole thing before people go and pick a form. Answer and for form, no, moment for barracks, Burma camp, no measure send your soldier 40, their living conditions. When people see soldiers, their living conditions, I don't think you will see them there. I am telling you. Me say, Ghana military. Some be say, wow, person ko military. Bra, aya Burma camp, behe baby a soldier for that. And sana ye, me say, udruwa. Me nya sure say, 90% of inquiry who mo elwa none of them will go to military. Yeah. Because you're there soldier for them. They how many say, and the armored car say what Ghana military ni they cannot run for 10 miles. They will break down. They cannot run. When you sit inside, they know. Soldier from Penny for the Akoya no CDS penny. Or no that other soldier for no oba also me sit down ka krebi wa ha, me see hall wa ha. Oh, me start no the contract na man ho. That guy now CDS no. Upon boy no said no. Or sorry, construction or yen Burma company or no company. Or sorry, not the company a man contractor man ho. No abesi hall, be no the diato so, no abesi way. But the main thing na ebeboa soldier for nankasa no. Upon boy new strategy was that wow, opeso ko peacekeeping bra, unye training kra ko because why a soldier, why a cashier, unye training crowd ye cobra. So he bought them with those things. Into a pump when you and say, we are soldier ni, open so peacekeeping. Put your name in. Because before you go for peacekeeping, you need to train. But obviously, there are people, ebia, on to me for 2 weeks and training and slam call. Into sometimes they need to be given a pass. It is what is in their head and the experience they here. And you're technically physique. Into sometimes people will be given the exceptional area in rule, no normal passing rule, normal call. That is fine. But upon now it's CDS. So that is what he was doing. He was making the military for no think say he's helping, but indirectly, what they really needed to make them comfortable, he wasn't minding them. Because make up peacekeeping, I could have $500 a week, and then I will not even think about where I will sleep. So we need to get to the bottom of it. Some people, they have destroyed the military. Mr. President, change the face of the military. Let us update the military. I will come back to this topic again. Upon Pipra, thank you. Upon Pipra. The former CDS, also not to say IGP Dampare. Upon Pipra, no not to say Dampare, former CDS. So Tanga, and all the data soldier for no. Intendo come military, upon Pipra. Share, now upon Pipra, no sit down with you. Upon Pipra, all that he was doing was that, now all the flashy things need data soldier for no. But I didn't name soldier, yes, soldier no. Into people say, the first day I entered Bema camp, and I'm going to say, upon Pipra, body dino, baby, I'm dano or wuyana. Upon Bebra Musono, baby Modano, or Ewana. Why didn't he take care of your welfare, baby Amobedano? Because if you're telling me something about a year peacekeeping, now I'm $500 a week, because peacekeeping by Beda. This goes to the Ghana police, Ghana military, and the fire service. I'll come and talk about fire service next week. Thank you, Mr. President. Now, I heard this statement from the Interior Minister, Muntaka Mubarak, and I felt to say, I was saying, if I need to do this, my team needs to country the Ghana military, the Ghana police, these two institutions. Maybe start with Ghana military. The Ghana military needs to share apartments of the Ghana military personnel for the public to see. Next week, we want to see current pictures of military personnel. We want to see it on your sites. We want to see current pictures of military officers. If by next week we don't see it on the site of the Ghana military, I will send my boys to come to Burma camp. My own ghost team will come and film Burma camp and show to the world the kind of a Danya soldier for them. So I am not going to make anybody's work difficult. I am pleading with the CDS. The CDS needs to meet all his senior officers. They need to go to the president. Segleme housing is there. We want the military to take over this construction. They need to refurbish Segleme housing, move enough military officers there a bit to occupy Segleme housing, 1,500 houses. At least 1,500 military officers or more Burma camp. If we renovate Segleme house in 6 months, they can all go there and live there. Then wherever we want to earmark, you better mind unit by unit. This unit, Yeba see Abronsine 5, 10. Abronsine be abefa a dine 60. Abronsine be abefa dine 100. They will say at least almost Segleme hono in 1 year or 2 years. No, yedim so mbebano na wa Abronsine efa nipa 1,005. Omu wia na move sanko for na kosa unit nim. Na move another unit to Segleme. Na sa unit no so no ya start ebubu baby almost so tene nyina because oba a dynamo is a petty what and you need to break them down. Ebe ko obi kure ko atwatwene. Eden a soldier ni o defend Ghana ne ba eda bonte no that them. Police ni officer penyini be na be ade no. I'm asking from the CDS to the last officer, omowe empenifo no. Why na better them and ne ba beda bonte no box him? Why na be ade no? This is not discipline. This is nothing. You people are killing the military officers. You are destroying them within. We want to see something. We want to see some action. Segleme ne guano. unit by unit. Mon starting free 1 unit. Mumu buda ni nyina. Mumu wo munyanko segleme. Mun si abronsan and the oba brochira ye si abronsan nipa 1000 wom. Ye to be si abronsan bienu na afa nipa 1000. Munye saade bi. Na mumu enjoy dia na time. What is all this nonsense? I'll come back to this topic again. I'm never going to stop until I hear the CDS speak on this housing issue, until I hear the president speak on this housing issue, until I hear the defense minister speak. Segleme is a perfect place for you to start. The military, they have civil engineers. They can build their own story building. All that they need is the funding. And see, OSP because we are saying for the past year and year, we can get $50 million for them to build we can take the OSB budget every year. Now you find say jumano. You Kissie Agyabeng kwasi ampenyi we sa sika me dia se na. You better see military barracks. So it is important. Say the Interior Minister Aka Semwe, and I wanted to react to it quickly. Muntaka Mubarak. Muntaka Mubarak. I say, according to the Interior Minister, to him, everyone who raises a hand against the police officer strikes at the heart of the state, end of quote, and will face firm consequences under the law. Let me take this again. According to him, anyone who raises a hand against a police officer strikes at the heart of the state and will face firm consequences under the law. I want to ask the Interior Minister, your colleague in Parliament, Agyabeng, he actually slapped a police officer. Till date, I've not heard you speak on it. Why? Because he's your friend, right? Because he's your colleague. Because you go to caucus meeting with him. Because you people negotiate behind the scenes and make a fool out of the people. Why haven't you spoken on the matter? Agyabeng hit a police officer on camera. Agyabeng was recorded. As we speak, Agyabeng's docket is on the desk of the Attorney General. A case was established against him. Investigations were done. Police established that he actually assaulted a police officer. You are standing in public saying that if anybody hits a police officer, they have hit the heart of what? Mr. Interior Minister, prove to me that you are not one of the most weakest interior ministers we have had in Ghana. Prove to me. All of you guys who have been given appointment in Ghana, this is basically a test. Moi, President Tedina. Most of them are sitting in Ghana, Maya Pampe. Moya Mo Azan for some President Tedino. And they are more BA Juma, someone ye. Prove yourselves. Agyabeng, and this goes to the Interior Minister, Muntaka. Agyabeng hit a police officer in the face. He slapped a police officer. Follow the docket. It's on the desk of the Attorney General. We want you to start from there. If you don't start from there, then shut up. It means the job you have been given, you can't do it. Mubarak, Muntaka Mubarak. From next week, if you fail to take action on the Agyabeng incident, which you know the docket is on the desk of the Attorney General, then you don't qualify to be an Interior Minister. I will torment you. Your credibility is on the line. You either side with Agyabeng and lose everything in politics, or prove to Ghanaians say you are not as guilty, as reckless, as hopeless and corrupt like Agyabeng. Prove to us this statement shouldn't just be a statement. You should act on this statement. This is your statement. It should not just be a statement. You need to act on the statement. And I have video evidence for you. In fact, your own Attorney General has a docket on his desk. You are the Interior Minister. Speak on that Agyabeng assaulting a police officer, because Agyabeng has struck the heart of the state. You are in Parliament with him, so it's no problem, right? I am waiting for the day you raise an issue about somebody going after a police officer or a military officer. I said your political career hangs on this matter. Na me maka. Mo amose mo nyina mo president edi no. Membu se obia one question. Mubarak Muntaka. Next week, we want you to speak on the Afenyo marking attack on the police officer. You are the interior minister, minister of the interior. You have made a statement and I have quoted you. So from next week, if you don't speak on this matter, you will quit the job. I want the right thing to be done in Ghana. I want John Mahama's presidency to be the best. Nobody's witch hunting anybody. There are hundreds and hundreds of members of parliament in Ghana. They have not touched a police officer. Obianfa and Sankano. There are about 87 NPP MPs in Ghana. Obianfa and Sanka police officer. Ain't say Afenyoma can able police officer. It is not witch hunting. Say question no to make sure the right thing is done. Afenyoma can. He has committed a crime, and you, the interior minister, you have told us, say Obibo police officer, Nipana bo omaina kumemu. Now we have video evidence and even a docket on the desk of the Attorney General, confirmed by the Attorney General himself that Afenyoma, a docket on him is on his desk. The police did their investigations and they said he assaulted a police officer, which we also saw on camera. So this statement, so also say on person better than Baumia near from Munafiki in Kreboni on Kanokura. Act on this matter because Afenyoma is not better than anybody. Muntaka, I'll leave it here. When I come back again, I'm telling you. Now the MPP, they have made some statements. Hey, me offer send text, eh? Let offer finish the show. Tomorrow be holiday. Nobody is sleeping. Hey. Offer say page block akwa no you free page no so. Blocking no. Hey. Offer say page block akwa no you offer say free page no so. Blocking makoma tobi ya maka tefane kan. Blocking no. Oh page no catch say offer make offer finish the show. Tomorrow be holiday. We no go bed for here. Hey, offer say senior block akwano block it yini free page so pam no free so o block na message be o send be delete and say wa uni mo bi kura wa send message catch any person on blocking block the free page so o fa so be gina page me ye show catch so ye ma o fa we show na e be bloody wo be catch am say be bloody Manchester ball one nti me ye den wo fast me yesho obre mpai bo beboa me wo to catch nkofo say e be blood go me page mu me group amate hey office page ni block akwa blocking on one time na me komeni yini free page no so who we are friend ma me catch na ma me say next month sika bia beba ni nsem ya be je free ni nsem catch na ma me say no office onko ni dem ho de woni ho bia ade bia msika ho bia mutisa my friend my friend me aminu aba my friend no office page ni block no you need free page ni abofunu office o kwasiasem kwan na yo. Now I was talking about a NPP afọ akansemi a Pentium 2 General Secretary. I say and I'll speak the way he speaks. I'm going to show you how Pentium 2 speaks. So if I don't get the imitation right, minimum. Judges now live in fear and sometimes in panic. They give certain judgments which beats our mind and imagination. Pentium 2 General Secretary of the NPP, Justin Kodia Akasa, will say, judges now live in fear and sometimes in panic. They give certain judgments which beats our mind and imagination. Pentium 2 General Secretary and the Ketre Butu no. You see MPP for Kolanche omo manifesto. Omo amend bibi omo manifesto. Ana omo dem there be omo eyi constitution nim. Na obi amako amend mo constitution akoyi nyoma bi afrim edi bia keka bi mu no. Omo anka ho asem o. Their biggest problem in Ghana today is tokonu na ya pamo no. I just say tokonu na ya pamo no. It said the Ekufu adu ewu e o party nim. Just say MPP for no Mako lanchi at the fofro. Mona mo party no. Akronfo do suwom. Na mo ba be ye den. My update bi ewo mo constitution. Na mo constitution na mo ya update wo mu no. Mako relaunch constitution no. Why don't you spend time? And how many Ghanaians, how many Ghana for the name say MPP for my manifesto? Ma koye some amendment to manifesto. Now amendment na mo ye no dia nobody even knows. Nobody even knows. Sa amendment na mo ye no constitution. Nobody knows. But you see, the general secretary of the party, no, he's not even worried about people not knowing the party's constitution. His own party foot soldiers, the grass cutters, they've not even taken the time to explain to the grass cutters to say, constitution ya the ensaka in such a way say ebe favor ba omia. Omo person mo beka ho asemo because omo nim say so omo delve into the constitution omo amend no. Omo amended it to favor ba omia na. Eye amanfo be kasa. Constitution no omo nim so omo de omo saka to favor ba omia na. Grass cutters no dodo ni nko school omo jiminti. They have decided not to speak on the constitutional amendment, no, but rather they are speaking on judges living in fear. Judge Ben Abeka just goes through. So Pandai seat no. Some we need legitimately. Why are you scared to go back to Pandai? Pandai sitting there no. Some candidate no on the debut on Facebook, no your Facebook. Akwa we the parliament 1 year, pe yemu shishini so be kofi. Lo na wako nyina no. Na na adwene so betu 4 years etua. Pandai MP no, they say no 2 minutes be on Facebook live. My people, you know, you will win. If say, hey, Jimmy, the yam shishini so be lose seat no. Sa Pandai seat munim say mu win legitimately. Why are you even worried about going for a rerun at Pandai? Easy. Musumulidi with 3,000 votes. Oh, how on saying? Judge Bernard Ghana Wabakacho say they are panicking about something. Judge Otina African Michael Jackson case is panic bedroom. The NPP as a political party no, omo some followers legit now here they na omo amend omo constitution omo say omo relaunch constitution here be see grass cutters na omo call sa event no here o grass cutter we call ho hwe now event na senior hwe
one wakano ba ye de kire Ghana for say Ghana for your mistake akoto aba ma NDC ba ba bibia nkoso ope be sia akura wunya bi
yati de opese o china so ba constitution na mo amend date na mo amend mo constitution
ye de 2028 power ye ba power 2028
enu ti na mo amend
me pa chan ye ba
na go si wo ba kunu mo pese mo sesa
minuanom me say ye je power no 2028
then na mo ye ya mo fi say nya intima sesa mo constitution
answer question no. Oh, dear, if you say, yeah, I'm not pursuing. Oh, only dear, yeah, Juma, because Usha, and then oh, dear, I'm the constitution. Yeah, they did 2028 power, yeah, but power 20. By the China Ghana for say Ghana for your mistake. I got to about NDC Bab and BB and Koso. Open the Siakra Wunya
Yati de opese o china so ba constitution na mo amend date na mo amend mo constitution
yeah they did 2028 power yeah ba power 2028
enu ti na mo amend
me pa chan yeah ba
na go si wo ba kunu mo pese mo sesa
minuanom me say yeah je power no 2020
then na mo ye ya mo fi say nya intima sesa mo constitution
answer question no. Oh, dear, if you say, yeah,
I'm not pursuing.
Oh, only dear, yeah, Juma, because Usha,
and then
oh, dear, yeah, I'm wine.
And Krantia would good TikTok no. Omakoye constitutional amendment womb. Oh, Krantia we. A Krantia was a Rasta man. So, to be a part of it here. Jimmy, the general secretary spent time speaking on unnecessary things. Yacha Krantia ba say. Amendment na mo amending the constitution amendment na mo ye na dia ya kat omo disen krantie omo wi banche haban na watam to me am krantie we rasta osawi akrantie ye busan say oba party head office musima ba amend the constitution mo na musima be MPP university constitution mo amend dia na mo amend wom ye ba uni power be say we mo Jimmy. The General Secretary in Samawoka. What has this got to do with the constitution of the party? They are more launching party constitution, relaunching. They ne fahon. Ever seen the what is the MPP? Mumusa MPP for Nkrantie we say mo constitution. They ne and sakai wom. Omunim. And you know the funny thing, deliberate. At the end of the yellow constitution, no, it is to favor Baumia on a summary. And nitina, one para, core constitution, say, Omakoya amendment, and Omametina radio, so anka, Otis Oma grant interview, Bia or TV, so the radio, so say, your constitution, we did amendment. This is what we did, this page. They didn't do it. Because majority of Inkranteno, they can't read. You cannot go and amend NDC constitution and say the NDC Aunanino, NDC Santinino, NDC Infantinino, NDC Sremunino, NDC Bununino, NDC Nina Ofri Krobono, NDC Nina Oya Frafrenino will not read and ask you questions. What about them? That is the difference between the NDC and the MPP. MPP for ne Jimmy. En Kwarano Mudio Muchino. Free SHS en Kwarana, Omenchana, Omenim Utmu Obapana, it's what they for sending. Kwasiafo omo fin MPP utumu omo fin. Their level of thinking is so low. Party amendment, a whole amendment in the party's constitution. Why would the party let you know? Ukrampo nim say sa amendment ebia ochinano it will not allow you to contest for a position. Ebia sa amendment ne krampo no as it stands no, you are not even a member of the party. You people don't ask questions. You are not asking your leadership. Amendment na dia na mo ye. Yenye party na mo my amendment. Dia. They are not doing any education on it. They are not calling the rats and the grass cutters and the rascals to sit them down to break it down to them. No. In Krantia we say and a judge for ebu yem shishiomo and the antiasia and a Jimmy way judges now live in fear and sometimes in panic. They give certain judgment. Judges live in fear. Near to Kromha. Ye would ye kufuado edi judges ye Ghana. Near to Kromha. Ye would ye kufuado the judges ye Ghana. Near to Ghana. You see, and I keep telling them, they don't educate them. Party no, I just say from kwine is suo. Ya wo wa ni asabi egu hwinim no adane kwasia. MPP no. MPP as a political party, I say from kwine. I saw twin binim kwine and see in finfin. Ya wo nge ni aso kakra on say ye to akwara din a se bia di nsuo bo ketrema so ni aka say nsuo ensan o omo de no e yo twin bini ni da se o ketrema so omo nyini a omo so a omo nyini omo jimi omo nyina omo bodam MPP omo so a omo jimi omo nyina omo bodam enti omo ya wo omo nge ni de o twin bini nkwan so omo ketrema so jimi what the party ma ya a whole constitution amendment. You as a young man, as a young lady, you are not asking the constitutional amendment, is it going to affect me being a member of this Ingrantia group? You are on TikTok. Why when Mbasa say or China say Yantiasia and Abano and NDC Kwasia party the crown count. Party now with Tim Crampono, ya yet party no Holy Grail Bible nebo party no bino, ya system man a favor Baumia, a favor Samere. A favor cromfo what at the TikTok ya utu finse o pro e kasa open to me now party awutim no unim constitution open to me they not to me be a whole general secretary could not go around the media to take page by page. This is why we did amendment. The reason why we did amendment is this reason. If you want to join the NPP, the reason to also join the NPP ni I could enter your amendment no send a be favor waiting a year oman yo because in Krantia Dawson omu ya woman pe. Yes, if you get to them, I'll say, or Chimbini also. Also, with Jimmy Onina no about them. Fama Monango for the Jimmy crowd too much. Me say, Ochiramu hu mo TikTok and Krantie no mka say na mo party amendment of constitution mu e de no mo ye omo nim kwasi your phone na mo so na mo te Ghana na we mu as otiti atachem omonum kanka mo kasa tan as otiti atachem as otiti atachem we na wait radio so kan kwase asam omonum tan kasa jen tan we party no di akire no constitution onimo di onima ne say yabo wudi di afro do gina bola so onyamina na wa butrendira onam was Tanzania national flag the nam ho as a Tanzania for national flag. And otiti atachem where's that Tanzania for national flag otiti atachem we and obenyina nyanse di party echi adaya ya tonyom inti yamra power omusa omo jimi omunyina no mabodam we mu Tanzania national flag we apoto na yesoso nkwasiafo we so they sure pass it down as some more focus at the night left in him. I focus him. Fork here did bakush ebishim. And I say glass no near hand the hat I own say oh own glass and the hasino. I think say I have a question and I could go to Jim because to be on antimentias I dana some more focus on the name fork ye did I own say Asante for kia ogia na kwanka kredi didi watch it ebisha the night left him because he be on antino as a focus the name omoja abrantie we nyame ne be di obo wodam ne ase me dwuno mo hwe focus as I dana some name focus him wey focus on the name no say tete atechem o se wato nwum nti kodi party echi mom yenko enim me dia me twen obi a ai imbre bi mi de soka yesi abrante bi Kevin Taylor bi mi re obodi ni kura bre wanga so obodi na bre body na bre o hwa body na bre ye nyusu mpoda o enso still abre o nine left said your focus em o shemo ka so tete atechem enkwasi asem omonum kasa tan and who stadium so nipa fungu anu mgu party nim me hu obi anu ho fe a chese otum se we de hu twa me hu bi di tin so a ne nanye ne konwa na no fia na no nya fia ne nim afu chese o man se nwan ida so ye tietia ne nim kusu anase wa fon ai se gabi anase ne nanye chese a party of the pesemeka and these are all people who almost so no to nipa ho no mu di nipa tem hwa no dompre kwasea we na endo gina ho mahama ye dwanfunu hwa no dompre o repu obi kura onje akwara no na nkwasiafo we o ka bi kiroma no mo dwa we di panyifo atem hwe na we panyini na we jimi a hwe Katie Hammond wa hwe Katie Hammond enem kan say party we no say amane as the sticker na ye ne kasa nyankopon betia ye ne ye jimi as a nation. If we allow the NPP to exist after 2028, na ye ne ye jimi ye nim nyame NPP. See ama NPP exist after 2028. Na ye ne ankasa no onyame bekunya to atwene NPP. We mu ye nipa. Nkofo we omutumi oda pizza e wo UK. omo tumi order pizza ewo UK from Flagstaff House. Anopa 8 na pizza joint no ebie 9 a.m. ewo UK. Omo order the night before. Plane no more to plane a cover pizza the about Jubilee House abedidi. Kwase for we. Sango for we. Jankromane ni wi for we. Miki me oba Ghana na go for mu ni mu go for we amuru afi. Intano bi to say na nsa na mahu say omo ye interviews. Adenti na Akufo-Addo free power. Akufo-Addo free power. No journalist in Ghana has been able to interview Akufo-Addo. Adenti na. Enkwasi asa ye ko mu nyina Akufo-Addo na koso ye ode ba omia. Ken Oforiata nkwasi asema ye ka nyina adenti na ba omia nka a word. Kwasi afo we na mudi omudi. Enkwasi afo we. Me say Adeni Akufo-Addo for a whole year, almost a year, on granting any interview any media house in Ghana. Ask yourself why. Argentina, the media, John Mahama at a point opened his door and showed his bank accounts to the media. John Mahama. He made the media come to the 3 stupid dogs. Obi, Omayini Kobna Santini Kwasi Baby. Elect Obi a prime of run fee. Kobna Santini the 250. John Mahama Manakonya Manitri Moni fee. Akufo-Addo free power 1 year. Nana Akufo-Addo grant interview biya. Onim san pipi for Jimmy. He knows he does not even want to answer Edieng SML. He does not want to answer Galamsey. He does not want to answer Ken Oforiata. He does not want to answer election killings. He does not want to answer GDP. He does not want to answer inflation. Nana do danko Akufo-Addo oya John. Agove we no nana nam Ghana na moso so Akufo-Addo de nyame ehira no. Na hwana otwe ehira no. The guy is mentally unstable. The same as Bawomiani Kennedy Mwamaka. Omunyanya correct. So, as a nation, no, na ya sorry, na ya sa tame kuro no edi amomo. Ni aboda mana. Me say for a whole year, Akufo-Addo to me availing who say the media should come. Nana do danko Akufo-Addo in 2014, 15, 16. Or you bypass in Kwa 2. Nana Akufo-Addo, even that time, he was calling the media to come to him. Akufo-Addo bypass 2. When he was dying, he was calling the media. At a point, Akufo-Addo kasana hindo free ne numba. Still, the media, he was calling them. Nana do danko Akufo-Addo in 2020. He went, in 2016, he went to Kwame Sefa-Kain's Peace FM to go sit there for like 3 hours. Omra debate. Or the Neshua Kwatena Peace FM. Or the Kekan Kwasi Asem, the Arab Spring. And the Akufo-Addo is scared of the mic. Why? And you get people in Ghana telling me, say, Akufo-Addo is somebody, Bawumia. Why is he not availing himself for an interview? Akufo-Addo ya kronfo. So what's so demand here? He should come on national television and tell us, say, Ken Oforiata, you are my relative. I gave you the job. Come to Ghana. He can't do it because Akufo-Addo is equally as guilty as Ken Oforiata. And you for wemu. Criminals wemu na yen santam Ghana mabao. Na Baumia can even decide when he wants to have a kid. Sa Baumia, so now or a man enough, he would have had kids more earlier than the kids he have. Yeah, he cannot decide for himself when he wants to have kids. And it's not one no. So he's not man enough to lead. Some person who say Obi is not man enough, and your majority of the time. But with Baumiano, share ne mano age na Baumia age. You will know say he cannot even decide when he wants to have kids. He does not have control over his decisions. And you when a time or person. And when you give birth at a certain age, a man could yet to say a baby. So these are some of the things that happen. So a man who is indecisive like that, a man who cannot sit, can yapon or start to was a preco and no because no one can create or show baby or not a man or say for Jimmy Co or what is all chain. These are people with no credibility, no integrity. They don't respect anybody. Huh? About me age, my age. Yan nanka say my age about me age. Can age na my age. On to me nka say me pesa me wo. Oba na kire no yifrim, twifrim. Wo be gu he. Oba na kire no. Also where you kwasiafo another breaker say mahama eye odwanfuru na mo sere. Me de wom kakra na mo buofu me boa. Ba omi abutu so ese twifrim so where you sanukade na kajia. On to me nya control say we de ye wo. E che samre na decide. And in the marketing getting or Shakram and into Jesus that. Namentam Ghana and Shaba Omian say, why? Master Famo money and Queen Wedja, oh, Bodam.
Hey!
Mushaba Omia Monkancha say another printing na me way. Yeah. Monkancha ba Omia say some say me kasa say about him it is because of another pre. Me to wana menka bibia another pre na kodi di Mahama tem into ono so me di another pre tem me di ba Omia me de reply ba Omia. Udu ba Omia fia na say ono na yire da I say dance hall pull up on to me fangum yeah pull out hey pull out they be pull out ba Omia me so ko ba Omia no na yire da ofia I say dance hall ya bo dance hall ofia pull out hey pull out they be pull out is on marketing get it we nya confidence in engine pull out hey nigga pull out they be pull out Masa Manchester bo wan wa do betin na uti beti me say u twem ba Omia fie ho another printing na me ye de me ye me person bi beka se Kevin Taylor didi ba Omia tem na ma kire di pani bibi another printer any day bi a meti se obi didi Mahama tem bia no me didi nipa na tem me de beko ba Omia so yeah saa na e be no yes firewall enie me se u twem ba Omia fie a first na friend pull up e area ho baby na mo te no na yiri tu ka say pull out yeah de o ba Omia peba that time no o ma ware ache o peba o ba se Samira hey pull out but pull out on to me only confidence in kasa me pesa me would this year me pesa me ba nyini ntam on to me nyanti de bia pull out ba Omia pull out pull out ba Omia pull out All right, I'm show no problem. I'm show no. All right, now, me so for frame me. I mean, this pastor, sorry. Me so for ka bibia chem se me njai. Wo de, me sate fufura. Ada meti so bi didi Mahama tembia no. I'll come back. Because the kudienti American enyumre is because of this. Hey, but the ana me ye bibia, mema mu reason. Into moko amonko bonchire omo se Kevin Taylor say. Me besa moko ka che MPP for say. Omo mu di ba omi echi ni say. Ada meti so bia bomba Mahama din won campaign mu or support ba Omia our attack ba Omia kwasiafo mojin se first day jam na mu jimi mu ho a yanka hwe no me say video wenti na me ka je se ba Omia he is not a man enough pull up onne na be yere kura da ntina ne masusu ano pull up ba Omia
na sabio odwanfunu and then odwanfunu odi ni musa ba be winia ba be mampani Ojemfunu se yewura Mahama ebe ye mampani esan koye esan baya mi gina jidie so owufu sori ne dimi ne so ka kira mi jidie na kasa se Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia wa baba be ye mampani abedi akire obasi ababa no de ni musa ba be winia ba be ye mampani bio ojemfunu and then Ojemfunu odi ni musa ba be winia ba be mampani Ojemfunu se yewura Mahama ebe ye mampani esan koye esan baya mi gina jidie so owufu sori
kwasiafo omguo ba Omia tewo Samia wuku tewo akosua menu tewo akosua menu Mahama betuma awo no akosua menu na hwene se bini Samia wuku jimi betina enele wie sika so otwen omo nyina gu ho omo bom nseme omo de ba Omia te obi me se obi obedi Mahama tembia medi ba Omia tem I am setting the record straight today and me de be ya chemo de no me send this warning to ba Omia one na yere Samere any person bi obedi ne chi be campaign amana edi Mahama tem I will send it to one na yere no. And it's now about Omia, you cannot decide when to have a kid. I don't want to go to your kids, almost status, and they hear me. But there's a reason why because we need that confidence as a man to even decide when you want to deliver, when you want to impregnate this your Wi-Fi. So how Wi-Fi will do it? You don't even have the confidence to impregnate the Wi-Fi. Into the be pull up, pull out, would you pull out by 7 years and son of you cannot talk to them. You cannot sit them down and say, this is politics. Don't do that. No man kwasiafo didi Mahama tem na woto why would say bongris and I woto gan kwasiasem. Any day anybody insults Mahama, I will insult you, Baumia. Any day anybody insult Lordina, I will insult Samiri. That is my contract with you people. If you don't want that to happen, Samiri, anyway you tell your people. One can't tell Monkwasiafo say you can do your politics without touching Mahama's name. You can do your politics without disrespecting Mahama. If nobody disrespects Mahama, I will not disrespect anybody. But as far as Monkwasiafo in Kranfo we say, in Krante we say, disrespect it. Disrespect it. Mahama Dino, I will disrespect you to the core. And me, I can be dirtier than them. Me a call. Me say I am Mahama's firewall. Me catch them. I am the firewall of John Dramani Mahama. And I am telling you where you pull up, where you one is Samiri. It is a warning to you. I am actually sending you a warning. You have barely a month, another 2 months to go for your primaries. For a reason, campaign, I want to give you people the room to do your own politics, to do your own campaign. It's a must study. Almost a month. Menka MPP primaries, Menka Kennedy Assam, Menka Baomi Assam, Menka any of your candidates Assam, Mashada, because I want to give you the room to do your politics. Membeso be better because Kevin Taylor can be my way or destructive way into Mr. Politics. Now Baomi Assam, when Suyansa. Now Tina is a bongres and one fan to Unquasia from do it in the full. Sa Aquabina and the names of Chin or Danquemuno. Sa Aquasiam Num can be out to Facebook. No. Any day they will speak about John Mahama. I will come after you. And me, I can be daring. Me, I can be crazy daring. Me to mama na ye tayama wono yire. Me to mama na ye tantayama wono yire Samira. It's a warning. Talk to your grass cutters. Every one of them should stay away from the president. Obianko any campaign, Momo Biamba Mahama Dimbu. Mahama on beso be MPP flag bearer. Omedi uba omiatem. Ondi Samiri Wi-Fi attempt. Ondi Obiatem, so nobody should mention his name in your campaign. I swear to God, if you, Baumia, the piglets following you, they there. I'm telling you, the shit we have in our hand, out of respect in Tinianka Bibia. In this, nobody should bring Mahama in your campaign. Catch them, say, when they mount stage, they should campaign for you. John Mahama is the president of the Republic of Ghana. Media maka, they also say bear mana or say obedi wechi officially akwaje Mike our campaigners no only di Mahama tem ba omi abenu. May warn you, I'm warning you. I'm not sending this as I'm warning you. I am warning you. It's a warning. They also want to on there. They also want to Ghana and they should dare me and see. I am warning you, Baumia. Talk to the piglets behind you. We respect our president. Say general elections and also become president. I get it. You are contesting the general elections. But our party primaries, John Mahama on your primaries nibi. John Mahama on NPP card. John Mahama on Bo Biadi. If you're a fool and you think you can use John Mahama to as silly boys as another prequest campaign or war on you now. Now, what could do crossing unya message and fan counter Kennedy Japan? Now, I just say Mahama Dina the campaigner. Remember, now a time I want to hear no. You can say somebody can disrespect somebody. Me, I can disrespect to the core. And you can say somebody can respect. I can respect to the core. I know what I am doing. Into West Stadia almost a month. But I'm sending this warning to you people. I will nullify the party. And Baumia, Ebebua Wankasa, Abronye Jimmy, Okoshe the chair, order who Jimmy no. Media, O the badge on Mahama side, I mention my own. Me O the badge on Mahama side, a bear with time. Into the also a bearman up about me as some no diba me chin about Muhammad campaign as now. This story is very important. It's exactly 7:11:17. Mr. P. Mr. S. Should I move in a little bit before I enter Kissie Agyabeng? Team, should I go in a little bit? Give me like 15 minutes. Give me like 15 minutes. Yeah. Team, give me 15 minutes. Let me clean some things up here, and then I can enter the Kissie Agyabeng issue. I beg you. Mummy, oh, shako. Me mbobia, me can't show him show. The Ben artist my patch or say share man in Kobia ebeko. Me man share ebeko. What is my case share na obi ansan kadabio. Aha na GBC no CNN ene ha. This is the CNN. Aha yanka share wa ha. Aha yanka se woso. Aha yese onhwa akọ. Yes. Hollywood ni nyina nie. Eye political show CNN ni nie. Ubetuma ada. Me wie na okoda wabodam. Tina ona hwe Jimmy mu Jimmy ni atiama na modwa. O hwe CNN na okoda. Hwe de eba no. Team, give me 15 minutes. Oh dear mo. All right. Okay. Me team say me 15 minutes na me ndwudwom. Now this story is very important to me, and it's got to do with a year Sa Akwawi Kissie Agyabeng. And time of power change, you know. This guy, the first person and say you could pick up. I have information say, Omo no do me adwuma, they are picking Bibri up. They'll pick him up. This guy, he's a criminal. Former registrar of the Scholarship Secretariat, Dr. Kissie Agyabeng, has hit back at Ghana's High Commissioner to the UK, Saba Zita Benson, over claims that he left behind a £32 million debt. He insists the issue is a system-wide challenge, pointing to arrears inherited from the Mahama administration, which he says were later cleared to protect Ghanaian students abroad. Now, the High Commissioner, Ghana's High Commissioner to the UK, Mrs. Zita, were making a clear statement to say, Okodru UK obeye ambassador ojina Ghana for name no. Wabe say the last regime na MPP na we edas scholarship secretariat no. Omabo eka £32 million egwo in the name of scholarships. And so o check it, we are detailing now check it senior eka we beda wa. You could see clearly say this guy and that guy been be born video ha, and all the people who were working at Scholarship Secretariat, this guy led that pack to do us damage. In fact, I showed you pictures of even the constituency executives. He flew them to the UK in the name of Scholarship Secretariat. I showed every single thing here. And anything I've seen there, I don't like a pack. When I broke that story, I called Sami Jemfi, and I told Sami Jemfi that APAC is in charge of this education thing in Parliament, at least the minority side. So he should take this up. Sami Jemfi basically contacted APAC. APAC, as someone catches Sami Jemfi, said he is not in charge, and I don't know how things work. APAC. And the Ayam Kwasi Ejuma Manabe Deputy Education Minister on an Amagana Dim Kwasiasem. That's why I hate that guy. I told APAC that APAC should just raise the matter in Parliament for this guy to be questioned when the MPP were in power. APAC was in bed with this guy. APAC took whatever he took. He never raised the issue, and he allowed this guy to go away. APAC, your Deputy Education Minister. My friend Musano. He told Sami Jemfi to tell me, say, he cannot raise the matter in Parliament. There is a procedure. Akwawe, time and now I head the Scholarship Secretariat. I did the scandal. Nipa on any ball chrono was Scholarship Secretariat. Eba video so catch I say this guy has done this. I just didn't do it. I added documents. I forwarded it to Sami Jemfi. I said, Sami Jemfi, give it to APAC. APAC did not do it. Foolish man. That's why I don't like him. Young people like us, we were sacrificing, and you will sit in a V8. Today you have been given a deputy minister, and now they become reasonable. At a point you tell people, say, oh, for papa. The people on the street who are working for you to get a position, you will one day tell them you are better than them. Your children will be living better than the people on the streets. Those people like us, the foolish ones, who are exposing the MPP government to make you a minister. We work so hard to get you people here. Eh? The day I make charge, May focus your one to protect John Mahama's government. Anybody who tries to distract me, if you try to distract John Mahama or try to do anything to derail John Mahama's government, you will go. No man, I know man for because every man has a prize. Hey, when it comes to Ghana politics, me hu Kufuor, me hu JJ Rawlings, me hu Kufuor, me hu Atta Mills, me hu Mahama, and me hu Ekufuado, and me hu Mahama. Mameka be been sure. Me have seen politicians. We are lucky to have somebody like Mahama. And yakura anticipate payday. And yakura anticipate payday. The wisdom in his head is what I worship. John Mahama and home for and your friend Jembe Papa. John Mahama onye nipa nchen mi o, onye nipa nchen obi a o. It is the wisdom he has when it comes to politics, when it comes to leadership. That is what I protect. And to me, if anybody dares, because I've worked so hard to get John Mahama elected. I worked so hard. I put my life on the line. I put the life of my mother, my father, my wife, my kids. I don't take this thing as a joke. No. If you cross me, I'll cross you. I don't play with these things. But if I commit to it, I commit to it fully. Anytime I catch you say me chem, na me say John Mahama no be kasa with them, na John Mahama cry is talking bad about me. It will not change my mind about him. Because it is not him as a person. It is what is in his head that I worship. It is what I want him to add to us as a nation. It is the development, the wisdom, the vision I want to pluck and give to Ghana for Ghana to be a better place. That's it. John Mahama wants to be the president for 100 years. At a point, he needs to exit. But if you think, say, me, Eko, I will put everything on the line and get John Mahama here to save Ghana, to develop this nation. Now, one person who is somehow even selfish, no, then you would rather go. Me, this government, it does not matter who you are. Intimino, I don't joke with these things. If you cannot work with this president, walk. There are thousands of people who are willing to work. If you think you are too big, if you think if you think you don't like the walk, we will get people to do the job. The part-time manager say, Nipa we de yenyana yentumi nye bibi. Nipa we de yenyana. That fucking thing doesn't happen in this government too. Everybody's capable of doing something. It is the willingness and readiness to commit to the job. That's all it's important here. It is not about your closeness to the president, your closeness to the president's wife, your closeness to somebody in power. I don't give a fuck about that. What I give a fuck about is the president gave you a job. Have you done it? Have you executed it? That's my job. If you do it, I don't have a problem with you. But if you want to do a half shit, my everything is on the line here. Because a lot of people, I convinced, they trusted my word to get this president elected. I'm not going to deceive those people. I'm not going to be one of you people. That is why I don't like appointments. I don't want to take any government nonsense. I'm doing my job. My job is to protect the president and protect the government and make sure what is here has developed the nation. That's it. Indeed, I am not here to please anybody. I am not here to be like, oh, wait a minute, Panasemo, or be the president and can be paid into Madame Front. I don't give a fuck about anybody. Everybody has a prize. When it comes to Ghana politics, I have no prize. Me. When it comes to Ghana politics and John Mahama, I have no prize. My commitment and my allegiance is to John Mahama's wisdom. Finished. I am done. And he said, me who? Say, what you are going to say? Ope say, politics, any brainty. May you through easy. I will sacrifice you easy and make sure the president works. That is my job. Me need you be for to protect this government and make sure they're Ghana for him, because thousands of people trusted my word. Thousands of people trusted this platform. A lot of people had never voted for NDC before. Your people be voting because of me, because of what they were listening. I cannot be a fool and sit here and make it look like, say, because of somebody's selfish interest in tea. Mema say Adena ya Juma de John Mahama about power no. Now we need no. You can ask me, I don't have any friend in the NDC. I talk to so many people, but nobody's my friend. Because tomorrow, if you don't do don't do what is right, me, if you are in the government, now we are debu krana nye. Now I junior say what down for me, and look at dangerous no. Last me catch elekem kotoko. My friend can say you are working. I like the way you are working, how resolute you are. You are still making time to be working as a communicator. Make sure you don't do anything silly. I told him on phone. Because if I get to know you are doing something silly, I helped you get here, I will help you go back. I told him in his face, I like him as a brother. So if Elikem Kotoko, I will put everything on the line to get him where he is. And meaning, the campaign, I was part of his campaign to get him the executive position. Now Elikem Kotoko, I've sent him this warning. Who in the NDC? Who in the NDC? You people should get it in your heads. It's more my imagine say, you think say, you know somebody who knows somebody knows Kevin. You don't know me. Oh. If you think you are my friend, have you asked yourself if I think you are my friend? Me, I don't do those friends. Oh. Me now vocal and do four. So get it. This is politics. Now this guy, maybe Chawa DB. This guy, or your Chrome 4, and I'm saying this because I have done the scandal and I have the video. This guy, when he was in office, but do you know, when Zita made this statement, he responded to Zita, right? Now, me both video natural. Now, when you listen to the video, remember what video, me messa pointed Agyabeng out of the video. Oh, say, 32 million, he insists the issue is a system-wide challenge. Meaning, also, a Canadian, omobeto a car, John Mahama Jan woho, yatiasie. And a Canada obeto, and or a system-wide challenge. That means, na a holding yinano, as some woha, almost solving. Now, or say, almost clear a car, omobeto ye. As some on no response or the Zita, no, right? Let's listen to the guy, make sure I did. They went to interview him. On one getting a frame media because of a PR job. We are a Chrome 4.
I took over the reins of power at the Scholarship Secretariat, opportunity given to me by His Excellency, the former president. The first day I entered the Secretariat, there was debt to be paid. There was debt to be paid. And that is the nature of the kind of debt or liabilities that the Secretariat is always confronted with. I met a debt of 230 million Ghana cedis then. If you pick the dollar, the exchange rate to the cedi, if you even put it at 4, you are talking of about $57 million. What did His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo do? Immediately, he called for how diplomatically we were going to deal with the payment of this debt. And we were able to run the place till when I left. It's very unfortunate that I've had Her Excellency, I don't know if it is even right to call her Her Excellency.
Yes, the stupidity. I say, the first day Ura office as a scholarship secretariat boss, na ekadaho. Now, I say a Canada down there about 230 million Ghana cedis. And I'll say, convertible seed that time, Ghana seed was 4, na $57 million. We no say, what did Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo do? Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, he did what? Diplomatically, he found a way to pay the debt. You see, he did not specifically say the amount they paid. But he was quick to tell you the amount he inherited. Listen, this is a criminal. You see, when he came in, he was able to tell you the amount he came to meet. But when it came to the amount they had to pay diplomatically, he did not mention the exact figure, but he was able to remember the exact figure that he came to inherit. Oh, yeah, you know the reason why? Because he knows, say, the amount he left when he was leaving the scholarship secretariat, it was bigger than what he came to inherit. So you see, so when the politicians delay a report to say, you need to be very careful. You need to analyze them. And these are stupid criminals. He was able to tell you the amount he inherited for the one in that Ura office. He inherited an amount of 230 million. John Mahama Munijan and now convert here $57 million. Fine. And the Zita say, where's this fool? And the ambassador, or you can say, a car ujato 32 million pounds. Now, all Kasano, or say, about $257 million. And what did Akufo-Addo do? He's not saying what he did. He's saying what Akufo-Addo do. Oh, what Akufo-Addo did was to do what? To diplomatically pay the debt. How much debt did Akufo-Addo pay, and how much debt did you incur? And how much debt did you incur? No? How much debt did you come to meet, which you have told us? So the ones you incurred and the ones you came to meet. Say na utu free when I say na ujano. We TNBM kwasia. We momu ye.
I took over the reins of power at the Scholarship Secretariat, opportunity given to me by His Excellency, the former president. The first day I entered the Secretariat, there was debt to be paid. There was debt to be paid, and that is the nature of the kind of debt or liabilities that the Secretariat is always confronted with. I met a debt of 230 million Ghana cedis then. If you pick the dollar, the exchange rate to the cedi, if you even put it at 4, you are talking of about $57 million. What did His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo do? Immediately, he called for how diplomatically we are going to deal with the payment of this debt. And we were able to run the place till when I left. It's very unfortunate.
And they've been able to run the place till when he left. When you were leaving, how much debt did you leave? Kwasia. Utumikai for 8 years ago, how much you inherited. But you cannot tell us how much you left when you were leaving. Into calculatia. Also, Odu that part, he told himself, I'm not going to mention figure. Into sharing eyeballs now. He's a liar. We when a kwaji seat in free, attaching akwasi and paying him, or the sikana kwaji seat no. We or the sikana kwaji seat in free he didn't needed to enter parliament so that he will not be jailed. Sir Kissie Agyabeng, I've done a scandal, so I have every right to say he's a criminal. It also Odru timer or say what did Akufo-Addo do? We used diplomatic means to pay. He was supposed to say pay, and we left a deficit, or we were able to make some money. When Tumankasa Odru on Oposse, it rang in his head. I'm not going to make a specific amount clear, because the moment I do that, people would know. Say, my boss scholarship secretariat, I destroyed it. TNBM, kwasia, what you say, Jimmy?
I took over the reins of power at the Scholarship Secretariat, opportunity given to me by His Excellency, the former president. The first day I entered the Secretariat, there was debt to be paid. There was debt to be paid, and that is the nature of the kind of debt or liabilities that the Secretariat is always confronted with. I met a debt of 230 million Ghana cedis then. If you pick the dollar, the exchange rate to the cedi, if you even put it at 4, you are talking of about $57 million. What did His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo do? Immediately, he called for how diplomatically we are going to deal with the payment of this debt. And we were able to run the place till when I left. It's very unfortunate that I've had Her Excellency, I don't know.
It was Kissie Agyabeng. Kissie Agyabeng is the one who cleared this criminal. Kissie Agyabeng did that. And continue. This guy should be in court. This guy should be fighting bail. Kissie Agyabeng. Yeah. It was Kissie Agyabeng and the protector Akwawi. And I'm going to review that to you very soon. All the details. Kissie Agyabeng the protector Kissie Agyabeng. Time free power. And Kissie Agyabeng echo Kissie Agyabeng and say he needs protection. And Kissie Agyabeng will be investigations into this guy. Mr. S, get me the day he said he has called this guy in. And also, they have opened investigations into Scholarship Secretariat, a one of Kelly state issue, no. And okay, so will be investigations. They have interrogated him. They have arrested him. They have released him. Kissie Agyabeng built a war around this guy. And Utumira Parliament. Kissie Agyabeng. An amount of money that went into this negotiation. Tomorrow you should come on TV and tell Ghanaians and say, this is how much I inherited and this is how much I left. I have the right to say this guy is a criminal. Court to be a person could be uncle. I'll just take the tape. I'll take the video and give it to the judge to listen. Now on Kancham say all the things in it. It is not true. Even I have a collaborate. Nipa on in the ball chrono in the video said, yeah, the Nipa remember now. Wait, way. Or the scholarship secretary seeker they go to attach ya. Attach ya Jimmy no. Wait. Or the scholarship secretary seeker the two no. Akwawe at a point, MPP, V8 and local campaign, ya na akwawe dia. After election or town in way, way. Or to me, kwa V8 mono every a dealership. Na we chia oria na wa the insurance coverage, full insurance coverage atoso. Na wakwa keja to card no asakwa jisika. Wait. Kissie Agyabeng Kromfowi. Kwa constituency. A petition for being a guo. I just want to. This guy flew his constituents. Time on scholarship secretariat boss no. Constituents, MPP constituency executives. Or do we thank you very much, Mr. S. Let me show Ghanaians this. You refin your mantem. A way you beka or no bekemi. Kissie Agyabeng. Ghana ni ejimintra. Now we are in the parliament. Now I blame Alban Bagbin. You show your parliament and do a jar on and I'm ho. This guy. Now samobaya na Kissie Agyabeng. Kissie Agyabeng a protecting no. Wama any of the security agencies and will be any investigations. That is what he did. Kissie Agyabeng protected Kissie Agyabeng. OSP begins probe into alleged corruption at scholarship secretariat. Invite petitioners. OSP protected Kissie Agyabeng. OSP. He did it. Mumusan's case was saying, what did he get in there? Me say, Mumusa Kissie Agyabeng say, Chebi, I go on free Chebi ahimfie. Oche hene, and making sure say akwa boy we Kissie Agyabeng abedi MP. Now me just say yankwara na. Oche hene, and ma aye Kissie Agyabeng, enya scholarship secretariat boss aye oche hene. Momo ya ansema be ka kire mo no. Mo ne te Ghana mo nka no kure, ye ka mo ni ma na mutu. Ma me kire wa de foforo. You four way now, and also the and I'm not done with this Kissie Agyabeng guy because me know Kissie with me and the story, and I know Kissie Agyabeng. Oh yeah, I don't know one country OSP. My mentor at the forefront. This is it. Metro protection on ya in any. I didn't know I call me cast my fan who I brought a now minimum way. Minindina Swamenka OSP. We've been investigating scholarship secretariat since July 2020. 2023, what did he find? OSP, what did he find? Time or investigate since 2023, what did he find? Where is the report? Mumusa Kissie Agyabeng say, OSP, scholarship secretariat investigations, report in way. What happened to the report? What we want to know the findings. Did he find anything? Do you know the nonsense this boy has done? Do you know what he has done? This criminal Kissie Agyabeng now it's Ghana and he has some kwasiafo we so all because you say okasa what did you be atem ewiwe and onyenya when your voice because say I zita onimu po say on addressing say her excellence kwasia de nim fiwe ewiwe e krobia Mozambique ke bodu to atwene kromfo we na Ghana na America ura parliament all because of Chebi all because he has some kwasiasam so me say ochihene and na mayor mass akwa we eye Kissie Agyabeng ochihene na mayor ye no scholarship secretariat boss eye ochihene mo de mo na mo mianka OSP asem OSP Mr. P, in fact, we need to let people know, and it's our galamsey, Mr. P. We have to help. Nancy Musa Ochehine Eka about galamsey and how Oku galamsey DPB Amani Dimbone and senior are affecting the reputation even internationally because Oku galamsey no. Nani pebi so ne ko. Mr. P, get me the video. I am yapa. Because Ochihine for a long time na on kan galamsey ho asem. A lot of people raised issues about galamsey e wa chim kronim, and we never heard Ochihine so passionate about the fight against galamsey. In fact, at a point no, people like us were raising issues about how a chim kronim no galamsey agi krona fa Green River no in Sotoya a yiri fa omunyina. But recently I saw an interview with Ochihine Air Grante. Yenana the ra huye. Yenana the ra huye. The ra huye oka se ono odogana. Ochihine dogana o. And senior Mr. P, get me the Ochihine video. I wanted to show Ghanaians and Sibia Nana Sisia or Dog Ghana Galamsey Kono. Opesa yina ya boa ekwa wakwa tia Galamsey time Ekufuado to be the president. Yanana Ochihine. I'm waiting for the penny EMPC, Mr. Boache. And me tie nana, you could see say pain wana kumem. Ayane ya. Just say senior Osha Galamsey no asay insuo ewo ochima mu ene ne homodin a boy ya osi emre bi krampo no oduru abrochire no or international partners bia because of bad publicity the man or Ghana no affecting nyoma bebre because oduru abrochire na nkofo se wo hini we ena wo ya Galamsey nti o se ha pa ba ana no obekasa me hwe video no me real way pa because me say nana ekasa free na kumem nana Ochihine okasa free na kumem say ende eni ya say eku a wako etia Galamsey a Ghana for and Ekufuado oko ding me hwe video na nam send mebo video no so ma Ghana for hu nana eye akoma pa odi asom Ghana ene odo a owo makuri mum yenkutie nana na ye nyina yentie de nana kan ye we eye amwetio for penyini tie nie pa bi wasum
Galamsey I started, you know my position. I started saying, this because it's not good. It's everybody in there. Because here, where's your original license? In that commission, I didn't see what about the license and people to anyway. And when we took our people to go and stop them, you know what happened? They were throwing stones at my car. The impunity of people I want back home. It was out here back near to woman car. All I want to do was stop this menace and say yes, the way back. Michelle, but I carry a call for swamp of war or catch let's say as a camera. Lake now on almost sand. A curious, because they want to look good and me looking by this me and I'm not done for my man. Me. Now, I know. And that's what you know in media. Seriously, unless you have a demented mind, not you, not the person you go mind. Why would I go by night and steal my life to Galamsey? And there's no cheap or what happened. I said, the person will go with you or be like a stop me. Not even a buy. Then my dad wanted to. And yet, it took root. To weaken me because I was the advocate against him. Yeah, man. The bear said, and I suffered for that. And I okay. I'm broaching me a man of my year to a chamber. They start looking at me differently. But that's okay. When I'm doing a job and I'm here. They said, Galamsey na year too hard. So I called me for Burkina Faso. And now, so what's the about or two? No, say I dare no, and short hands, and yet him for there, and yet him for there. Oh, the only people who slow and nearby. I want to make us all 2 few pictures. I go or no be true. I want to think I want some. Oh, Kaka, you are going to believe it. And we want the first year, could be here. I think so. 1971 catch off. And your boys say, wow, and I say, who stop who on locally? I will threaten you. Also, you ain't to be trust. You are booking us for the chef, where my you come. Every next sky at you, I will stop you. Then you become an enemy for all people. Because they see it every day. And they know, you and I may be on the same page. Oh, Pagana here. Unless you go and confront the truth. Yeah, come on.
Tena na kasano. Mwana na. Niyan kunga I'm saying no. Because a chumana na aye no. Osan baka tari nyina ko kunye. Nyina ye pana na eja. Timoma ya mwa. Na ntumi nye adwuma no. Na yan kunga I'm saying no. Because ona na tina saso. No keso ye I'm saying kra ko be to den saka no. No, even abai grant to me. Itimoma ye nyina. Ya mwa. Na yentumi nkugalam se yentu asie na yenwuze Ghana na yabua Ghana yentumi mabokina be for ma mama yenfa odom mwana na so entumi nye adwuma no odo Ghana iti mama ma yenye se de yekika ne kokwa nana kwa bro chenya people will look at him differently but it's okay iti de nana ka amwati ka ne se mama yemmoa na yenyina yentumi nku na galam se no entumi nkoso na yentu asie na ebia na ekufu adoba ya na sebio ingrasifo mate se yene na ye kase galamse wo ha na ye da ne ingrasifo ma de sia de na se yenye ingrasifo ma yenyina ye sie yeni ate do Ghana tete na Kevin Taylor ne nkofo ye ingrasifo ase sie yenye ingrasifo ma biem ye ma me ne mo nya beifo inso ne sei bo ma ye mo na yentu nchichire Ghana na Ghana nkoso enti Ghana fo amutie na mo fa ntum kotodwam amwaje for penye se me mani ntumu ni nyina yanku na yamwa Ghana mini afama na mame
All right, you're still watching with us for the extended version. Mama, in fact, 10 minutes now, can enfanye a OSP story, no? Na yemfa end this show, no? Ikruma. La so la. Yeah. Abe voma. Ebe bwana na. Say Kevin Taylor hard guy o, wunni me ohun. Memo bia, ye beti obia se be bobo Ghana ho ban, ye be kun okoden. Ye be tu galamse ase. Ye nyina ye be ye mana ye. Now, we're going to talk about the OSP and in summer HQ around the nation. Now, in some bino a dos ye. Hey, besides, I can't find. Okay, I got it. Thank you. And your last story, no, is about a year man. We are your friend Kissie Agyabeng or your OSP. Now, I'm about 10 to 11 minutes to conclude this show. May the OSP deal win a baby. And the topic na yede ba abonten na clear. Right now, Ghana kasa bibriba ekosui. Problem na ye kan ho asem sisia no is the problem the OSP or the office? Because we need to know where the problem is. Is the office of the special prosecutor a problem no? And answer Kissie Agyabeng ankasa as Kissie Agyabeng and a problem no? And we need to find answers to these. Because you won't answer now, we will end up maybe taking decisions end to me emboa the fight against corruption. I know majority of Ghanaians are angry. And you see, it is not even, I don't want this conversation to center around the detention or the arrest of Martin Kpebu. It has been building up from the back. I think Sir Martin Kpebu deal with and the icing on the cake. But let's look at this issue holistically. Now, people are talking about Kissie Agyabeng. People are talking about the Office of the Special Prosecutor. People are saying a lot of things. Now, when you sit as a Ghanaian or you sit as Obia, as some way here, now you always think about the fight against corruption and the office now occupy now. Problem nankasa Kissie Agyabeng as an individual, and I say the Office of the Special Prosecutor that was established by Parliament. A hina problem nankasa wo. And this is not about people writing grammar, speaking English on TV, being called panelists. Because from tomorrow, Ochina, Saturday, Sunday, in Kwasiafo Beba, even from today, when you go on their walls on Facebook, the so-called foolish intellectuals who for about 80% of their life, they want to use Meko TV suit to come and make money. They will be coming. The Zatos, the foolish ones, Kofi Bentels, they will come and sound like they're intelligent than you. That is why I am doing this, because most of them are foolish. They are political insects. They play on your conscience. They feed from these same politicians, and they want to create an impression in your head to say they are neutral. There's no neutral in Ghana politics. From Zato to Kofi Bentel to all the communists sitting on TV saying they are neutrals. None of them is a neutral. We saw Isankuma those times. Of FNSN or your press conference. It is even okay to insult the president. At times when you insult him, there's no president. They were carving a niche. They were creating a room. They were preparing the grounds for that dwarf Ekufuado to become president. It's what you are seeing today. Some from say they are intellectuals. They are all criminals who work for individuals and your personal interests. Don't let somebody lie to you, because when they sit on TV, they are calm and they speak on the issues like Onimbibichao. They know nothing. Let me tell you, all the documents in the system that they are reading, they are the same document you are reading. They have not gotten any extraordinary education than you. None of us was born European or American. Brofuna omokain and they are not exceptional. But they have created this thing in your head to say, no, that's not how it works. And they have capitalized on that, and they have used that to build their lives. Most of them don't have jobs. Most of them work for politicians as consultants. Most of them make money out of controversial issues. Most of them make a living out of creating nothing out of nothing for you to think that there's a problem when there is no problem. Most of them make simple issues complex so that the system will keep discussing to make them relevant. That is their job. So these are the political insects I've been advising you about for years. It is nothing extraordinary. I want to also. Now let's go back a little bit and let me show you something. The question say, what was the motive for establishing the Office of the Special Prosecutor? Near to Ghana. And another Dankwe Kufuor the MP before about power. And they hired people like Kofi Bentel. They hired people like Isankumamo. And they started throwing things into the system. Said there was so much corruption. NDC for we need to make sure we go after them, crucify them, and kill all of them. So that was the impression that the surrogates, Isankumamono, Egbet Febo, Kwame Sefakai, Paul Adumotre, and Isankwasiafo, these are political insects. They sniff, they suck your blood. That is how they live. So they created something in our heads. Say, Nana Dankwe Kufuor Abani be creating office from Kubi Ebin Sida, and the job of the office is to do what? Is to fight corruption related issues. Now, all the way in 2017, Nana Dankwe Kufuor Ekofa Martin Amidu Oye NDC ni disgruntled NDC person. Martin Amidu has always had an issue with the NDC, especially with the Mahama fashion against the NDC as a political party because he felt to say he was supposed to be vice president. And Atamo saying, and Mahama. So he has always felt to say he's intelligent than everyone. He's pure than everyone in the NDC. And he has always held grudges with the NDC. He has never liked the NDC that Mahama came to lead. When Atamo saw some quality in Mahama, when Amidumwa or Kofa Mahama, no, Martin Amido has always been better. So Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, as a vampire as he is, he wanted to execute something na on pese odi ne huni pabeye. Na on pese odi eyedien ne party ni beye. So he, as diabolical as he is, he looked for somebody who was better like Martin Amidu. The same way they looked for somebody who was better like Koko Anyidowu. They always look for people in the NDC who are better to use them against the NDC. So Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo said, or the Martin Amidu Besi office of the special prosecutor no na wakwa kochi NDC for. Let nobody lie to you. The office of the special prosecutor was put together because Akufo-Addo wanted to go after Mahama and the NDC. It wasn't about stopping corruption, current government, and past administration. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's agenda was to go after Mahama, go after the NDC, and nullify the NDC for good. It was an agenda Akufo-Addo, Gabi, Oforiata, Bamti, they set, say the special prosecutor's office will be the last nod to me a collapse NDC. No. In 2018, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo basically introduced Martin Amidu to us and said, "We NAM special prosecutor."
Ghana Mampeni His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and never Flagstaff House no was share ama Ora Martin Amidu was say Ghana Special Prosecutor Odikan Kra na enyo no kwa ene boy eswai no na Mampeni abedi Chief of Staff Attorney General any aban penifo bebre so enana ewo dwumedie no ase Ghana Mampeni Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo His Excellency ekasai de to Ora Martin Amidu trimu say Ghana fo nyina ehwe nanim se obeboa na ketase hye proye kankan ni dream dia ekoso wo man mu no obetime eyi se nipa bonifo ni nyina apie enunti wonhwe no wani yehwamo.
The Ghanaian people expect the office of the special prosecutor to rise to the challenge and to the occasion and collaborate with other existing law enforcement agencies to fight relentlessly and help eliminate corruption in our public life. We expect the special prosecutor to discharge his duties vigorously, with courage, without fear or favor, ill will or malice, in accordance with the rule of law. The overwhelming popular acceptance by the good people of Ghana and the strong consensus approval by Parliament of Mr. Amidu's nomination justify the confidence I repose in him. The recent publication of Ghana's score in the 2017 Corruption Perception Index, organized by Transparency International, showing a further drop in our standing, a result largely based on, quote, the plethora of corruption allegations, exposés before the onset of this administration, indicates the enormity of the task ahead. It is noteworthy, though, that its local chapter, Ghana Integrity Initiative, in commenting on the report, has acknowledged that, and I quote, digitization is changing the ways we communicate and how we do business, and as a result, reduce the corruption rate in Ghana, unquote. The special prosecutor cannot do it all by himself. He requires the active cooperation of all the institutions of our state, as well as that of the general public, if he is to be successful in the fight against corruption. I congratulate him fully on his deserved appointment and wish him God's guidance in the effort he will undoubtedly be making to try to instill integrity and accountability in the governance of our country. The ultimate beneficiaries of his actions, indeed of the actions of all of us in public service, will be the Ghanaian people.
So Ekufuado become Kwasi Abrofo chere say Martin Amidu no hwehwe mu nyina the whole Ghana. NDC ni the buofu. NDC ni owo pain wana kumem and the perfect person to be the special prosecutor. 2018 video na hwehwe no. Ye nyina etina Ghana na yehwe Ekufuado. It was a plan that they cooked because they knew say John Dramani Mahama John Mahama, they knew it was a lie. It was wrong. They knew say Ekufuado came to power with lies. Omunim say everything that brought Ekufuado to power was lies. And as time goes on, Ghanaians are going to know. So they wanted Martin to do that job for them by doing what? Going after the people they think they have wronged. Send a beya. It will be difficult for those people to be cleaned. Martin Amidu, they used him like some kind of slave to do their job for them indirectly. Now, near Tigana, Martin Amidu Sukoshe Special Prosecutor's Office. Now, Ekufuado Eddie Martin Amidu extra Ghana phone. He used some words or use collaborate and cooperation with other law enforcement agencies. They're very vital. Or say the Special Prosecutor's Office will collaborate or cooperate with other law enforcement agencies. Now the question here is, since the inception or establishment of the Special Prosecutor's Office, have you seen that collaboration between the Special Prosecutor's Office and other law enforcement agencies? It's a question I'm asking. We will come back to that question. Now, Yatitima kodu 2021. Ena Nana Dankwa Ekufuado na baimu. Martin Amidu Ebabeka chere say. Nana Dankwa Ekufuado only looks like an innocent flower, but is the mother serpent of corruption. Martin Amidu, just after 3 years, Bekachere Ghana fo nyina say, sa president we na muhunu sa no. Sa Ekufuado na muhunu say rose flower no. Sa nana na muhunu say oye jimi oya agove. Nana Ekufuado muhunu say na no nsuozuo no, onye jimi o. O pe bonsam na ankasa krono mu bonsam. Krono mu Chiame. Krono mu Cristiano Ronaldo, krono mu Messi. Krono mu Opela Abuaji, ewifuo mu eyedie atayia. Ewifuo mu Ekuyecha. Martin Amidu Bekachere say the most dangerous person in Ghana politics when it comes to corruption is Nana Dankwa Ekufuado. This is the special prosecutor, the first special prosecutor of the Republic of Ghana. And what will make the first special prosecutor of the Republic of Ghana come out to tell all of us? I just played a video of Ekufuado telling us to say, this is the guy he believes can fight corruption. He believes this guy turned around to tell us, hey, Nana Dankwa Ekufuado or a dangerous human being. Ope krono mu chiame obi a wane krono ati krono mu a Ekufuado. And that we should not underestimate Ekufuado when it comes to corruption. This was in 2020. November. Na aka 1 month me akoto about 2020. We had Kofi Bentil. They were sitting on TV defending Ekufuado. We had Kwame Sefakine. They were sitting on radio defending Ekufuado. Paul Ademotre. They were still sitting on radio, TV defending Ekufuado. We had people like Egbert Fable. We have people like A. Sankuma. All these political insects, after this statement was made, were still defending Ekufuado. That Ekufuado does not know anything. And that Ekufuado ye jumano and a yakron for. I'm building something. I want you to see something. Inti, Matami Dukacha say, Adudi ye cobra. Ekufuado ye cobra or ye dangerous. Emma the democracy. Yenye democracy ni timuno. Aya the president. Sa statement way, it should have told every Ghanaian and say the NPP should never come close to power again in our history. Because let me tell you, the president tells us this guy is the one going to fight corruption. And the same guy comes out to say, hey, me Krampono, my life is at stake. We as a nation, the Kwame Nkrumah Ghana, we should be very careful about this guy. Or your serpent, or your corruption mu cobra. Yenye very careful. And I was say when every single Ghanaian or your rational or own Jimmy, should pull out and say, no, this government, this party, they are done. But what did we see on our media platforms? People were still telling us, Akufo-Addo is not corrupt. Akufo-Addo, onye bibia. The people who are working with Akufo-Addo are the corrupt ones. The reason why Martin Amidu say Akufo-Addo is cromfo or a dangerous to our democracy, and they say, on in the Bushia, they brought about something called Agyapeng. And the finance minister, this same finance minister who was appointed by this same Akufo-Addo, tried to tell the special prosecutor to do evil, to hide evil from us. They wanted to sell all our minerals. Bawumia knew about it. Kano Foriata knew about it. Akufo-Addo knew about it. Every single MPP cabinet minister knew about it. They all said that Martin Amidu should keep it quiet for them to go and sell everything. All our minerals. Or Jersey Shores in the UK. Martin Amidu Jimmy Kurano, Nentani Nyansa Kakrebi a Kaya, he applied it. And I'm just say, so it is a tenny a kema. Na obine peso obuni kwasia. Into Martin Amidu Jimmy Kurano, at least there was a little bit of patriotism left in him. He decided to come out to tell us, say, Sanko Fuwi, they are dangerous. So, leading to election 2020, no, the NPP knew, say, Ghana for Nyan Kwasia for. That is why till date, they cannot tell you about Akufo-Addo did win election 2020. Because they rigged the elections, they killed Ghanaians, and Jane Mensah, Bossman, they helped them achieve that dream. Because na Ghana for who say Akufo-Addo is a dangerous human being. Yem pese ebemana twaso as president. But Akufo-Addo not onim the opesoye. He knew. So I need the opesoya power no own jemu. So we saw a lot of killings in 2020 elections. And then I go fast our video we a buy.
Ghana, a peaceful country and a beacon of democracy in its fourth republic, has had violent free elections and transitioned power peacefully without any unrest or civil strife. This has become effortlessly possible because of the peace-loving leaders Ghanaians have successfully elected to lead them. President Kufuor in 2007 perfectly described the attributes of the type of person to lead Ghanaians at all times.
So anybody who is always full of tension and fighting and that sort of thing, we have to be careful about. Whether when the power is given to this person to lead us, he's the type with the experience and with all due respect, the wisdom to be able to keep the country united, to secure the nation, to gain the respect of the forces, the military, the police, the chiefs. Look out for that, because we know the history. Some people have been given power only to lose it just like that. We don't want that.
Even so, this peaceful and beautiful country was handed to Nana Akufo-Addo on the 7th January 2017 as president to lead for 4 years. Many people had reservations about his violent nature, which may have been well hidden from the public, but not from those who knew him best. Mr. Kofi Kumsen, a close friend of President Nana Addo, bluntly stated,
I can't entrust Ghana into the hands of Nana Akufo-Addo. I can't sleep. It's not safe. It's not safe. And I believe that.
Then there's Maxwell Kofi-Juma.
He will be a terrible president.
President Nana Addo's violent nature became immediately apparent as a warlord sponsoring his party hoodlums to attack innocent citizens and public officers alike, as was seen with the beating of ASP Nanka Bruce at the presidency in front of a paralyzed security on the 9th January 2017, just 2 days after Nana Addo had been sworn in as president. President Nana Addo surrounded himself with hoodlums as bodyguards and endorsed vigilante groups such as Invincible Force and Delta Force. Members of these vigilante groups had free rein to attack anyone who was not a member of the president's political party. They went on a rampage, causing mayhem and atrocities on anyone who disagreed with or criticized Nana Addo's government. President Nana Addo's own appointee, the Ashanti Regional Security Coordinator, was heckled, manhandled, and dragged from out of his office like a rat. Not even our courts were spared by these hoodlums. They vandalized court proceedings and broke free fellow members from judicial justice while attacking the sitting judge in the process. The Ayawaso West Wagon by-election was President Nana Addo's first test of leadership for peaceful elections in the country. Instead, a battalion of his party hoodlums, dressed in SWAT uniforms and armed with lethal weapons, were discharged to visit mayhem and brutalities on innocent citizens who were simply exercising their constitutional right to vote. The aim of these hoodlums was primarily to intimidate voters in the opponent's stronghold and to prevent a free and fair elections. They fired several rounds of gunshots in and around a polling center targeted at Ghanaians, which led to a bloodbath just for a by-election. All this happened under the explicit and tacit approval of President Nana Addo.
Now, me video way, I wanted to refresh your mind a little bit. Now, Martinami du ba bontin beka che say office na Akufo Addo bie no motive na na ewe chire ne enye. Now in 2021, after Nana Addo dankwa Akufo Addo, yes, ade we a oku nipa ba wo miamu nyina e benefit from that na omuwie ebe win elections no. Right before the elections, Nana Addo dankwa Akufo Addo ade bi, it was very dangerous. And that is one thing Emma Ghana for nyina who say Nana Addo dankwa Akufo Addo, Office of the Special Prosecutor no obie no, the motive was John Mahama. The motive was to go after John Mahama, destroy John Mahama, because he knew say at the end of the year John Mahama in 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16 no, Sadia will come back. And Ghana for Yankophobia, it takes time for them to process things. Na eyeden no kure ne beba. Eti Nana Addo dankwa Akufo Addo otena wa na in 2020 February, about 10 months to elections, and Nana Addo dankwa Akufo Addo echo letter come Martin Amidu. And okache Martin Amidu say Martin Amidu should investigate John Mahama for Airbus. Nana Addo dankwa Akufo Addo criticized our Special Prosecutor's Office for some agenda. Into February 2nd, 2020, and Nana Akufo Addo chokoma Martin Amidu say, you investigate John Mahama. Abra Nana Addo dankwa Akufo Addo nim say there was nothing in the Airbus scandal. There was no clear-cut evidence against John Mahama. But because he knew say the 2020 elections was going to be difficult, he had two options. Either Obechi Mahama Shem, so when Tumanchi Mahama Shem there, he will force his way through. Into the agenda no be office no efeli yana. Omokacha Martin Amidu say, on investigated John Mahama. Martin Amidu said, no, there is nothing to investigate. And then they forced Nana Addo dankwa Akufo Addo eku nipa in 2020 to win elections. And then the day a Techiman South in the bay no. And then the day a who killings in the bay no. And then the day a Accra killings in the bay no. The letter Nana Addo dankwa Akufo Addo extra comma Martin Amidu no, he was insisting that Martin Amidu should investigate John Mahama before election 2020. Bawumia knew about it. Kwame Sefa defended it. Paul Ademochi defended it. Egbert Fable defended it. Kofi Bento defended it. the NPP is Ankuma Dems defended it. All these surrogates were on radio and TV saying the president's decision is right. Now, when you read the letter, the tone and the vagueness in the letter, no, you ask yourself, say, the NPP, what was the agenda? Setting up this office, what was the agenda? The attention of the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has been drawn to a 31st January 2020 judgment of the Crown Court at Southwark in the United Kingdom between the Director of the Serious Fraud Office and Airbus SE, in which the European multinational Aerospace Corporation has been fined 3.9 billion for the payment of bribes to secure deals in 5 countries, including Ghana. According to the statement of facts in the case, between 2009 and 2015, and I quote, a number of Airbus employees made or promised success-based commission payment of approximately 5 million euros to intermediary 5, end of quote, who is said to be, and I quote, a close relative of a high-ranking elected Ghanaian government official, in bracket, government official 1. Now, significantly, government official 1 was a key decision maker in respect of the government of Ghana aircraft orders. The repayment or the payment to intermediary 5 by officials of Airbus SC were thus, and I quote, intended to induce or reward improper favor by government official 1 over the purchase of 3 C-295 military transport aircraft. Indeed, out of the 5 million euro promised intermediary 5, 3.85 million euros was paid between March 2012 and February 2014. President Akufo-Addo has taken notice of the judgment and its implications and has referred it to the Office of the Special Prosecutor to collaborate with its UK counterparts to conduct a prompt inquiry to determine the complicity or otherwise of any Ghanaian government official, past or present, involved in the said scandal, and to take the necessary legal action against any such official as required by Ghanaian law. Eugene Ahin signed this, Director of Communications, the Jubilee House. So Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo said, what a case be UK? What is the case be could be UK? Now company your friend Airbus. Now what you say between 2012 and 2015, no Airbus nene inkrubi didi Emma Airbus company in semisim. Now almost titi no asem ne cost no ya Ghana dimbi wom inti or shed special prosecutor say. The busu afọ beka chere ne say nipa na yabobo mudin in the whole court proceedings yambo John Mahama di wo mu no or say he's interested and that Martinamidu enko UK na case no only UK for enko collaborate no mu make sure say obia de di wo ma ono ohu kura de yanchi pa no. This is Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. This is how he was using the Special Prosecutor's Office. Gabi Ochedako went to plant a story in one PMP newspaper, IFN Daily Sunlight to Sadi and 2020. Gabi Ochedako and his group went to plant a story in UK PMPB, some stupid newspaper, and then they based every single shit on that newspaper and said the Martinamidu and using the Special Prosecutor's Office, to go after no names. Atakura Akufo-Addo na asem na meka no. And remember, in cabinet, they discussed this. Bawumia was there. He nodded and said yes. Because that Bawumia and Akufo-Addo Jimmy eden ya enche obefiri so on ne ba be sha na 9. So everything Akufo-Addo did was in favor of Bawumia. Every decision Akufo-Addo took when he was president, in favor of Wankesi, he favored Bawumia. And when Akufo-Addo was leaving office, Bawumia was so confident to say he would win because he was campaigning on Akufo-Addo's record. These are some of the records of Akufo-Addo. And Bawumia never stepped out to tell Ghana for say he disagrees with the government for using or weaponizing the Special Prosecutor's Office. He never came out to disagree. He supported it because it was going to favor him, Bawumia. But that's not our topic for today. Our focus should be how the NPP used the office of the special prosecutor. And the question here is, what was the motive behind that office? Now, I'm sure there. And then some people see in Ghana, and people are asking, special prosecutor's office, special prosecutor's office. Now, this is what is going out around now. The Speaker of Parliament has spoken. I say, Parliament should repeal the law and abolish the office of the special prosecutor. That is the opinion of the Speaker of Parliament. He thinks Parliament should, because we were in Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, used the NPP majority in Parliament to create the office of the special prosecutor. The NPP, remember, had majority in Parliament. Mike Okwe was sitting in Parliament as the Speaker of Parliament, and he oversaw everything and allowed it to go through and thumbprinted and said, yes, this is what we need. The same Mike Okwe who today is telling us to say the office of the special prosecutor has overlived its usefulness or outlived it. But this statement from the Speaker of Parliament and other people say the special prosecutor's office no yenguno and I say yempam ma Kissie Agyabeng. My question here is, Kissie Agyabeng na ye problem no and I say office no na ye problem no. We are missing the conversation here. My job here is not to decide whether the office is the problem or Kissie Agyabeng is the problem. My office here is to make you understand, say, we need to separate the activities of the office from the personal activities of Kissie Agyabeng. The personal interest of Kissie Agyabeng and the office are different. Now, what I want to say then is say, whether the same Parliament that created Special Prosecutor's Office keeps the office or sack the special prosecutor, I don't care. It is their own problem. They will have to decide. So Parliament may decide, they say, Obube Kipi office, no? And also Ombe Pam Kissie Agyabeng. It is up to Parliament to make that decision. But, Memetiano, I believe, say, the problem we are facing today with the fight against corruption is Kissie Agyabeng not living up to expectations as the leader of the Special Prosecutor's Office. We don't believe, say, Kissie Agyabeng is not the problem. Now, Kissie Agyabeng as the leader of the Office of the Special Prosecutor, no, from day one, Kissie Agyabeng, we all know, say, with his law background, no, he had no experience occupying that office. And when I say no experience, he had not worked in any public office. So one, he did not understand how public office works. Kissie Agyabeng was given this job, even in his own interview. Okache Ghana for say, it wasn't because he was patriotic enough to take the special prosecutor's job. No. Kissie Agyabeng took the job because some pressure from his village, his chiefs, his hometown elders told him that take this job. He himself, he wasn't mentally, physically, emotionally, and whatever prepared to take that office. Into one, Kissie Agyabeng occupying that office, so he did not have the experience to be there as a public official. He had never worked as a public servant. So Kissie Agyabeng went into that office with his own mind. He didn't go there to one, collaborate or cooperate with any state agency. And this time said, don't forget that word the Akufo-Addo used the day he was introducing Martin Amidu. Or say, Martin Amidu, the office of the special prosecutor, Omojuma David said they need to collaborate with state agencies or do what? Or cooperate to make sure say Ejuma na omo ye no aye ejina ne naso. But Kissie Agyabeng entered this office not understanding that. Even though it's in the act of the special prosecutor, Kissie Agyabeng did not go in as a public servant. He went in as a man of himself. He had his own shoe to fill. Even at Verton, they told him, would you want to fill the shoes of the experienced predecessor? He said no. So he did not understand what he was going into in the first place. Now, Kissie Agyabeng went into the office of the special prosecutor as the boss without any strategy. There was no strategy or focus to direct the office. Kissie Agyabeng occupied the office as just the boss of the OSP, or the special prosecutor's office, and just started working. He did not have any strategy. He did not have any plan. So from day one, you realize that Kissie Agyabeng did not have any focus. He did not really direct the office in a certain way. All that he was telling us is that I have investigators. I'm waiting for money from Parliament. They should give me more money. I need to resource. He did not really have a direction. He did not have a focus. So Kissie Agyabeng just walked in there, and just because of the perks that came with that position, he was so much into the perks. He wasn't into the direction of the special prosecutor's office. So it was about him. It was about building his own reputation, protecting his interest. It wasn't about protecting the interest of Ghanaians. Because if Kissie Agyabeng wanted to protect the interest of Ghanaians, the office would have had a direction. It would have had a focus. Look at Akurugu. Look at Samed Akon. He brought these people on because he needed people who protect his integrity and not to direct or put the office in a focused position whereby it can be directed to be doing something that we all can say office is gearing to something. The office was vague. He was just taking money. He just enjoyed the bulletproof cars. He just enjoyed the accolades. He enjoyed being protected by military, having an office and people saying, hey, this is the special prosecutor. Now, there's something. Kissie Agyabeng did not have any public interests. And I say that because he was only motivated by money. He believed that without enough money, he, as the head of the office of the special prosecutor, they could not work. And remember, when it comes to fighting corruption, it goes beyond money. It is more of strategy. It is more of focusing. It is more of experience. But Kissie Agyabeng, because he had not been in any public office, because he was not ready to collaborate with anybody, Kissie Agyabeng's focus was that it was only money that could direct the office or make the office that authoritative officer a bit the Ghana for pay. So when he went in there, it was about the money. It was about how much money is Parliament going to give the office. How much he is going to get, the perks, the kind of cars he's going to get, the kind of things, the salary. He never flew commercial economy. He always flew first class. He was always at the most luxurious places because that is what he understood. Nana Adjim, na it was the office of the special prosecutor, or not as the boss. He needed to be treated like the president. So the focus wasn't on the office, the direction of the office, the core mandate, which is fighting corruption. That wasn't the core mandate. That is why all these years, upon the 50 billion or whatever we gave him, still, Kissie Agyabeng has not been able to interdict one person to say, I have prosecuted him, he has been jailed. That's why he has not been able to do that. Because even Ende Menoka say, when you ask Kissie Agyabeng, I didn't know to me prosecute you, Biobeka say, we don't have enough funds. We don't have enough money. I need to employ more investigators. That is what he will tell you. But it is not about the number of investigators you have. It's about you being focused and knowing what you want to do. Now, Kissie Agyabeng is too arrogant. Kissie Agyabeng has never gone through the process of working as a public servant. So he did not see the need to bring himself to that level where he can go and collaborate with Yoko. He did not see himself that low to go to the level of collaborating with Ede Shraj. He did not see himself at the level where he can work with the Ghana Police Service. That is why recently you have seen him going back and forth with Attorney General's office when it came to the docket, Ken Oforiatta's docket, because because he does not respect public office, because he does not see himself as somebody who is occupying a place where an office which is more of a collaborative office with other security agencies, he is not able to collaborate. He's not able to cooperate with any state security agency. That is why Kissie Agyabeng has been struggling from the day he occupied our office to date. And if you check the history of Kissie Agyabeng, he has not been successful with any state security agency. He has not been able to collaborate with any state security agency and be successful on a case, because to him, he feels that he is himself. He is independent. His office should be superior than any office. So he does not see himself as going down there to collaborate, to get experience or to get more knowledge on cases. That is why he is still struggling to date. He's not been able to prosecute anybody. Now, apart from that, he's more into contracts. He's more into behind the scenes negotiations and deliberations. That is the business part of it. Now, when you look at all these things, now you ask yourself, is Kissie Agyabeng the problem, or the office of the special prosecutor is the problem? From what I have told you now, you can see clearly that the office of the special prosecutor, to me, if Parliament decides to shut it down, I don't care. All that I need is that at the end of the day, we have state security agencies that can fight corruption. But if we are going to look at this issue right now, I believe that Kissie Agyabeng has been the problem and not the office. And to be very honest with you, Parliament knows what is best for this country. I don't decide for Parliament. I don't decide for the president. I don't decide for every Ghanaian. But if you ask me, myself and my team, the analysis and all that we have shown you today, we believe that if somebody who is really committed and ready to work as a civil servant, to collaborate with state security agencies, and willing, the willingness is there to submit himself to work for the people or work with the people, this office will still be effective. We can decide to touch the office the way we want, but until we get people who are willing, and from what I have told you, Kissie Agyabeng is not prepared to be the special prosecutor. He is the problem. Now, the office of the special prosecutor, to me, Parliament will decide. I am not going to say Parliament should take it off, Parliament to shut it down, Parliament to open another branch, whether it is up to Parliament. But when you ask us, our honest opinion is that we believe that Kissie Agyabeng as a person, Kissie Agyabeng as an individual, Kissie Agyabeng as a man leading the special prosecutor's office is the problem. We should not look too far. We should look at the person leading and his conduct, how he has approached when it comes to being collaborative, when it comes to working with state agencies, when it comes to being transparent, when it comes to him being patriotic. Kissie Agyabeng lacks a lot of things that can make him lead that office. So if Parliament decides to nullify the office, I know Parliament knows best, and Parliament can make the right decision for us Ghanaians, because the motive for establishing the special prosecutor's office till date, we all know say na wrong. But that does not also mean say the office cannot benefit Ghanaians. Even though the motive of the office, the establishment of the office was more political, was wrong, it does not mean say when we get the right people to sit in that office to work, that office cannot benefit we, the people or this country. That is why I'm saying when it comes to whether keeping the office or not keeping the office or adding the office to another office, it is not up to me to make that decision. It is up to Parliament, because it is the same Parliament that put together this office. So it is up to them to make a decision that will help us, because our representatives are there. They will have to go and think. Or someone will say, this decision we are taking, are we taking Kissie Agyabeng out and keep the office, or we are going to nullify the office and also sack Kissie Agyabeng? How is it going to benefit us? But from our point of view, Loud Silence Media, we believe, say, when you look at everything happening, Kissie Agyabeng as a person and his deputies, they are the problem. Kissie Agyabeng and his deputies are the problem when it comes to a office of the special prosecutor. The problems we are going through Ninano Kissie Agyabeng. So, as I sit here, what I can say and say, we all have our opinions. Yan train the parliament bay. Yan train the decision parliament will take. The same parliament that brought special prosecutor today wants to sit on the special prosecutor's matter. Let us see the decision they will take. Let us see, say, our interests will be in their interest. Let us see, say, parliament will make a decision. We will all be satisfied. I'm not going to jump the gun. I'm not going to sit here and tell parliament what to do. We are all going to sit and listen to our own parliament. The parliament we have there, you and I, our representatives, so whatever they do there should be in our interest. I will leave this conversation here. It's up to you to think about this. To us, our editorial platform, we believe Kissie Agyabeng as a person is the problem. Kissie Agyabeng, the special prosecutor, as a person is the problem. And that we need to look at the people who occupy that office. If we feel that that office is not yielding any results and that we want to do something with it, or if we feel that the people leading the office are not doing what they have to do and that we have to also change them, the Parliament of Ghana knows best. They will have to make that decision. That is why I'm leaving this with the Speaker of Parliament and our parliamentarians. The special prosecutor to us, Kissie Agyabeng himself, is a problem. Are we going to keep Kissie Agyabeng? Are we going to sack him? Are we going to keep the office, or are we going to abolish that office? It is up to Parliament to make that decision. Our job here is to analyze and break things down for Ghanaians to understand. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. It's been a wonderful Thursday evening. We will be here tomorrow to break down the issues. Be good. God bless you. God bless me. Cheers and good night. Abuatre. Gigim.
Yo! We are best fishermen. No, no answer my Abuatre. You will for Belgium, it was Betia Belgium, it was two Belgium, why you're why round what? Why you're why round what? Why you're why round what? Why you're Supuno, why round what? It was for Belgium, it was Betia Belgium, it was two Belgium, it was Belgium. Why you're yell? Why round what? 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 Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Why round what? Why you're yell? Why round what? I want it. Original. Yo, we are best fishermen. No answer my I want it. You will for Belgium, it was Betia Belgium, it was two Belgium, why you're why round what? Why you're why round what? Why you're why round what? Why you're Supuno, why round what? It was for Belgium, it was Betia Belgium, it was two Belgium, it was why you're yell? Why round what? 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 Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Why round what? Why you're yell? Why round what? I want it. Original. I will go for Belgium. bad, I want me to bad,